Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
Hard luck. How do you bounce back from such tough loss like that?
I mean, I think me and my teammate, we are all professional, and but it's disappointing, it's hurting, because then we have to wait for more years to try to, you know, qualify again for the AFCON and try to prove a point. But to be honest with you, today's game was nothing to write home about in terms of the officiating. It was that bad. But I think for me, I have to say a very big congratulations to the Moroccans, and also I'm proud of my team for the kind of fight we put up against a very good quality side, and also playing in front of the thousands of their fans. I think for me, moving forward now, I think there is more greater things lies ahead. But to be honest with you, the whole squad is sad, disappointing, because I believe we could have get this trophy, but we just keep it moving.
Was it the most difficult match you have been in this AFCON?
For me, I think, yeah, one of the most. But I think when you play against this kind of quality team, you have to be alert at every time. But I think for us to play them and get to the penalty, it shows the kind of strength that we have also as a group and an individual. But of course, I think the penalty is a game of luck, and football has happened, so we just keep it moving.
Thank you for your time. Hard luck. How mentally and physically was demanding this tough match?
It was a tough game. We played 120 minutes. Difficult game. But obviously to lose on penalties is even more difficult.
And what made the difference tonight against Morocco?
I think a strong team. So are we. You know, at the end of the day, it went to penalties. So go like this, really. So yeah.
Last question. How do you see this match versus Egypt next Saturday?
To be honest, not really thought about that, to be honest. Obviously because of the disappointment of tonight. So, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
A chance to win yet again another bronze. Nigeria have returned to their final training ahead of the game against Egypt. Both continental powerhouses, with 10 AFCON titles between them, arrived in the Kingdom of Morocco last year with determination to win another AFCON title. However, the campaign was started at the semi-final stage, with the Pharaohs upended by the Lions of Terenga in Tangier and the Super Eagles peeped in a penalty shootout in Rabat. While Egypt's legend Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's star boy Victor Osimhen continue to rule the absence of the AFCON gold medal in their collection, Saturday's confrontation provides the opportunity for a consolation prize in African football's flagship championship. 54 footballers were live at the final training session of the Super Eagles, 5 p.m. tomorrow kickoff of what promises to be an exciting game at the Stade Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca.
Goal, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
Luck. How do you bounce back from such tough loss?
I mean, I think me and my teammate, we are all professional, and but it's disappointing, it's hurting, because then we have to wait for more years to try to qualify again for the AFCON and try to prove a point. But to be honest with you, today's game was nothing to write home about in terms of the officiating. It was that bad. But I think for me, I have to say a very big congratulations to the Moroccans, and also I'm proud of my team for the kind of fight we put up against a very good quality side, and also playing in front of the thousands of their fans. I think for me, moving forward now, I think there is more greater things lies ahead. But to be honest with you, the whole squad is sad, disappointing, because I believe we could have get this trophy, but we just keep it moving.
Was it the most difficult match you have been in this AFCON?
For me, I think yeah, one of the most. But I think when you play against this kind of quality team, you have to be alert at every time. But I think for us to play them and get to the penalty, it shows the kind of strength that we have also as a group and an individual. But of course, I think the penalty is a game of luck, and football has happened, so we just keep it moving.
Thank you for your time.
somebody like was sitting in front of you, of course, if you carry the team now, so what do you expect? He's a good player. If he not if you will miss him, so that would be normal, you know. But since the coach home, that's why they tell you, if you don't make a team sport, like it don't make them feel like everybody needs to be in that standard. You see the way you see that it play, everybody needs to like follow, you know. So it's not about saying you see them play, but see them a wonderful striker. The only thing is that team is amazing. It's like a big striker at one. So as I said, coach don't become a team game. So I think you should just watch out for this team in a couple of days. So I think we have to forgive that. How the player feel, you know, if you feel like, yes, we want, because we are with the players at that time. People don't understand. When it comes to penalty, they start to ask, who won't play? Who will play? It's not about, now you will play, now you will play. So it's about the feeling, say, oh, okay, oh, I won't play penalty. You understand? So at that moment, it's about who won't play penalty. So it's not about now you will play or now you will play. It's about the feeling of, oh, I want to play penalty, I want to flow out for my nation, I want to score penalty and this happen. So everything.
Hi coach, over here. My name is Mike the Pundit for 54 Footballers. Let's talk the technicalities as you mentioned. Some couple of substitution. I noticed that Samuel Chukwueze was substituted, I guess maybe because of penalties. And also from your substitution, you took off an attacker, a midfielder rather, Onyedika. Then you brought on another Moses Simon who would not play in the midfield. Do you think your substitutions were spot on today, or you missed it a little bit?
Like I said, actually, normally we play 4-4-2 diamond, and because I did feel that it was difficult for make a high pressure, this is why I put Moses in the midfield, and after that, like you said, I put Chukwueze for the penalty station, you know, because like I said, we did work during our training session for the penalty kick, you know. So with the statistic, the guys who kicked the penalty were the best during 1 month, and the coach of Nigeria. And maybe in a few days, my president would tell me, it's finished for you, or maybe you have to continue. So I don't know. Now I'm trying to analyze this game, this AFCON. We have the last game against Egypt. I'm proud of my players, but I'm disappointed for them because the reality, we were maybe the best team. Maybe this job is very important to me. But you know, I'm not the boss. I just try to do my job. And today, the tournament is not finished, the AFCON is not finished. We have the last game, and after, normally I will have some meeting with the NFF, and we will decide something. But me now, actually, like I said, I'm the coach of Nigeria. Talk about one player, only one player. I just want to talk about the team. So, like I said, we start this game. We try during 15 minutes and 22 minutes to put a lot of high pressure in that game. And you see, if you watch the game, you see that after 15 minutes and 20 minutes, it was difficult for us.
Samuel, 1 minute. Chukwueze.
You will be
Heads up, guys.
Osimhen, please come. Osimhen. Mwabali.
Igabane! Divises! Stanley Wabali saves! Wabali saves! Wabali saves! Next up is Nigeria. Next up is the Super Eagles. It's the turn of the Super Eagles. Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze will step up for Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze against Yasin Bonu. A chance for Nigeria. Chukwueze! A terrible penalty from the Nigerian Samuel Chukwueze. Yasin Bonu saves.
That was so poor. No effort at all. It was so poor. He didn't even make it very difficult for the goalkeeper. I mean, Alex has spoken about picking the right spot, hitting the ball hard.
I talked about it that Samuel Chukwueze is not a great penalty taker. I don't understand the substitution. I have no idea why he has come on to play a penalty for the Nigerian side. And the way he even took the penalty, no intention to score. He just walked in there lazily and he just played a weak ball to the goalkeeper.
Coach over here. My name is Mike the Pundit for 54 Footballers. let's talk the technicalities, as you mentioned. Some couple of substitution. I noticed that Samuel Chukwueze was substituted, I guess maybe because of penalties. And also, from your substitution, you took off an attacker, a midfielder rather, Onyedika. Then you brought on another Moses Simon, who would not play in the midfield. Do you think your substitutions were spot on today, or you missed it a little bit?
Like I said, actually, normally we play 4-4-2 diamond, and because I did feel that it was difficult for make a high pressure. This is why I put Moses in the midfield, and after that, like you said, I put Chukwueze for the penalty station. Because like I said, we did work during all training session for the penalty kick. So with the statistic, the guys who kicked the penalty were the best during 1 month, and the coach of Nigeria. And maybe in a few days, my president would tell me, it's finished for you, or maybe you have to continue. So I don't know. Now I try to analyze this game, this AFCON. We have the last game against Egypt. I'm proud of my players, but I'm disappointed for them because the reality, we were maybe the best team. Maybe this job is very important to me. But you know, I'm not the boss. I just try to do my job. And today, the tournament is not finished, the AFCON is not finished. We have the last game, and after, normally I will have some meeting with the NFF, and we will decide something. But me now, actually, like I said, I'm the coach of Nigeria. Talk about one player, only one player. I just want to talk about the team. So, like I said, we start this game. We try during 15 minutes and 20 minutes to put a lot of high pressure in that game. And you see, if you watch the game, you see that after 15 minutes and 20 minutes, it was difficult for us.
Hard luck. How mentally and physically was demanding this tough match?
It was a tough game. We played 120 minutes. Difficult game. But obviously to lose on penalties is even more difficult.
And what made the difference tonight against Morocco?
I think a strong team. So are we. You know, at the end of the day, it went to penalties. So it can go like this, really. So yeah.
Last question. How do you see this match versus Egypt next Saturday?
To be honest, not really thought about that, to be honest. Obviously because of the disappointment of tonight. So yeah.
Thank you for your time.
You see somebody that was sitting in front of you, of course, you can carry the team now. So what do you expect? He's a good player. The feel not as if you will miss something. So that would have been normal, you know. But since the coach home, that's why they tell you, if you don't make 18 sport, like it don't make them feel like everybody needs to be in that standard. The same way we've seen that everybody needs to like follow, you know. So it's not about saying football, you know, it's in the person made a wonderful striker. The only thing is that team is amazing. It's like a big striker and one. So as I said, coach don't become a team game. So I think you should just watch out for this team in a couple of days. So I think we have to forgive that. How the player feel, you know, you feel like, yes, we want, because we are with the players at that time. People don't understand when it comes to penalty, they start to ask, who won't play? Who won't play? It's not about, now you will play, now you will play. So it's about the feeling, say, oh, okay, oh, I won't play penalty. You understand? So at that moment, it's about who won't play penalty. So it's not about, now you will play or now you will play. It's about the feeling of, oh, I want to play penalty, I want to flow for my nation, I want to score penalty and this happen. So everything.
Luck, how do you bounce back from such tough loss like that?
I mean, I think me and my teammate, we are all professional, and but it's disappointing, it's hurting, because then we have to wait for more years to try to, you know, qualify again for the AFCON and try to prove a point. But to be honest with you, today's game was nothing to write home about in terms of the officiating. It was that bad. But I think for me, I have to say a very big congratulations to the Moroccans, and also I'm proud of my team for the kind of fight we put up against a very good quality side, and also playing in front of the thousands of their fans. I think for me, moving forward now, I think there is more greater things lies ahead. But to be honest with you, the whole squad is sad, disappointing, because I believe we could have get this trophy, but we just keep it moving.
Was it the most difficult match you have been in this AFCON?
For me, I think yeah, one of the most. But I think when you play against this kind of quality team, you have to be alert at every time. But I think for us to play them and get to the penalty, it shows the kind of strength that we have also as a group and an individual. But of course, I think the penalty is a game of luck, and football has happened, so we just keep it moving.
Thank you for your time.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
To win yet again another bronze medal, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have returned to their final training ahead of the game against Egypt. Both continental powerhouses, with 10 AFCON titles between them, arrived in the Kingdom of Morocco last year with determination to win another AFCON title. However, their campaign was started at the semi-final stage, with the Pharaohs upended by the Lions of Teranga in Tangier and the Super Eagles peeped in a penalty shootout in Rabat. While Egypt's legend Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's star boy Saturday's confrontation provides the opportunity for a consolation prize in African football's flagship championship. 54 football legs were live at the final training session of the Super Eagles. 5 p.m. tomorrow, kickoff of what promises to be an exciting game at the Stade Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca.
Hard luck. How mentally and physically was demanding this tough match?
It was a tough game. We played 120 minutes. Difficult game. But obviously to lose on penalties is even more difficult.
And what made the difference tonight against Morocco?
I think a strong team. So are we. You know, at the end of the day, it went to penalties. So it can go like this, really. So yeah.
Last question. How do you see this match versus Egypt next Saturday?
To be honest, not really thought about that, to be honest. Obviously because of the disappointment of tonight. So yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Igabane! He misses! Stanley Wabali saves! Wabali saves! Wabali saves! Next up is Nigeria. Next up is the Super Eagles. It's the turn of the Super Eagles. Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze will step up for Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze against Yasin Bonu. A chance for Nigeria. Chukwueze! A terrible penalty from the Nigerian Samuel Chukwueze. Yasin Bonu saves.
That was so poor. So poor. No effort at all. It was so poor. He didn't even make it very difficult for the goalkeeper. I mean, Alex has spoken about picking the right spot, hitting the ball hard.
I talked about it that Samuel Chukwueze is not a great penalty taker. I don't understand the substitution. I have no idea why he has come on to play a penalty for the Nigerian side. And the way he even took the penalty, no intention to score. He just walked in there lazily and he just played a weak ball to the goalkeeper.
Hi, Coach. Over here. My name is Mike the Pundit for 54 Footballers. Let's talk the technicalities, as you mentioned. Some couple of substitution. I noticed that Samuel Chukwueze was substituted, I guess maybe because of penalties. And also, from your substitution, you took off an attacker, a midfielder rather, Onyedika. Then you brought on another Moses Simon, who would not play in the midfield. Do you think your substitutions were spot on today, or you missed it a little bit?
Like I said, actually, normally we play for 40 diamond, and because I did feel that it was difficult for make a high pressure. This is why I put Moses in the midfield, and after that, like you said, I put Chukwueze for the penalty station. Because like I said, we did work during our training session for the penalty kick. So with the statistic, the guys who kicked the penalty were the best during 1 month, and the coach of Nigeria. And maybe in 2 days, my president would tell me, it's finished for you, or maybe you have to continue. So I don't know. Now I try to analyze this game, this AFCON. We have the last game against Egypt. I'm proud of my players, but I'm disappointed for them because the reality, we were maybe the best team. Maybe this job is very important to me. But you know, I'm not the boss. I just try to do my job. And today, the tournament is not finished, the AFCON is not finished. We have last game, and after, normally I will have some meeting with the NFF, and we will decide something. But me now, actually, like I said, I'm the coach of Nigeria. Talk about one player, only one player. I just want to talk about the team. So, like I said, we start this game. We try during 15 minutes and 20 minutes to put a lot of high pressure in that game. And you see, if you watch the game, you see that after 15 minutes and 20 minutes, it was difficult for us.
Wabali saves! Wabali saves! Next up is Nigeria. Next up is the Super Eagles. It's the turn of the Super Eagles. Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel Chukwueze will step up for Nigeria. Samuel Chukwueze against Yasin Bonu. A chance for Nigeria. Chukwueze! A terrible penalty from the Nigerian Samuel Chukwueze. Yasin Bonu saves.
That was so poor. So poor. No effort at all. It was so poor. He didn't even make it very difficult for the goalkeeper. I mean, Alex has spoken about picking the right spot, hitting the ball hard.
I talked about it that Samuel Chukwueze is not a great penalty taker. I don't understand the substitution. I have no idea why he has come on to play a penalty for the Nigerian side. And the way he even took the penalty, no intention to score. He just walked in there lazily and he just played a weak ball to the goalkeeper.
Over here. My name is Mike the Pundit for 54 Footballers. Let's talk the technicalities, as you mentioned. Some couple of substitution. I noticed that Samuel Chukwueze was substituted, I guess maybe because of penalties. And also, from your substitution, you took off an attacker, a midfielder rather, Onyedika. Then he brought on another Moses Simon who would not play in the midfield. Do you think your substitutions were spot on today, or you missed it a little bit?
Like I said, actually, normally we play 4-4-2 diamond, and because I did feel that it was difficult for make a high pressure. This is why I put Moses in the midfield, and after that, like you said, I put Chukwueze for the penalty session. Because like I said, we did work during our training session for the penalty kick. So with the statistic, the guys who kicked the penalty were the best during 1 month, and the coach of Nigeria. And maybe 2 days, my president would tell me, it's finished for you, or maybe you have to continue. So I don't know. Now I try to analyze this game, this AFCON. We have the last game against Egypt. I'm proud of my players, but I'm disappointed for them because the reality, we were maybe the best team. Maybe this job is very important to me. But you know, I'm not the boss. I just try to do my job. And today, the tournament is not finished, the AFCON is not finished. We have the last game, and after, normally I will have some meeting with the NFF, and we will decide something. But me now, actually, like I said, I'm the coach of Nigeria. Talk about one player, only one player. I just want to talk about the team. So, like I said, we start this game. We try during 15 minutes and 20 minutes to put a lot of high pressure in that game. And you see, if you watch the game, you see that after 15 minutes and 20 minutes, it was difficult for us.
Chance to win yet again another bronze medal, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have returned to their final training ahead of the game against Egypt. Both continental powerhouses, with 10 AFCON titles between them, arrived in the Kingdom of Morocco last year with determination to win another AFCON title. However, their campaign was started at the semi-final stage, with the Pharaohs upended by the Lions of Terenga in Tangier and the Super Eagles peeped in a penalty shootout in Rabat. While Egypt's legend Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's star boy Victor Osimhen continue to rule the absence of the AFCON gold medal in their collection, Saturday's confrontation provides the opportunity for a consolation prize in African football's flagship championship. 54 football legs were live at the final training session of the Super Eagles. 5 p.m. tomorrow, kickoff of what promises to be an exciting game at the Stade Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca. The bronze medal, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have returned to their final training ahead of the game against Egypt. Both continental powerhouses, with 10 AFCON titles between them, arrived in the Kingdom of Morocco last year with determination to win another AFCON title. However, their campaign was started at the semi-final stage, with the Pharaohs upended by the Lions of Terenga in Tangier and the Super Eagles peeped in a penalty shootout in Rabat. While Egypt's legend Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's star boy Victor Osimhen continue to rule the absence of the AFCON gold medal in their collection, Saturday's confrontation provides the opportunity for a consolation prize in African football's flagship championship. 54 football legs were live at the final training session of the Super Eagles. 5 p.m. tomorrow, kickoff of what promises to be an exciting game at the Stade Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca.
Hard luck. How do you bounce back from such tough loss like that?
I mean, I think me and my teammate, we are all professional, and but it's disappointing, it's hurting, because then we have to wait for more years to try to qualify again for the AFCON and try to prove a point. But to be honest with you, today's game was nothing to write home about in terms of the officiating. It was that bad. But I think for me, I have to say a very big congratulations to the Moroccans, and also I'm proud of my team for the kind of fight we put up against a very good quality side, and also playing in front of the thousands of their fans. I think for me, moving forward now, I think there is more greater things lies ahead. But to be honest with you, the whole squad is sad, disappointing, because I believe we could have get this trophy, but we just keep it moving.
Was it the most difficult match you have been in this AFCON?
For me, I think yeah, one of the most. But I think when you play against this kind of quality team, you have to be alert at every time. But I think for us to play them and get to the penalty, it shows the kind of strength that we have also as a group and an individual. But of course, I think the penalty is a game of luck, and football has happened, so we just keep it moving.
Thank you for your time. Hard luck. How mentally and physically was demanding this tough match?
It was a tough game. We played 120 minutes. Difficult game. But obviously to lose on penalties is even more difficult.
And what made the difference tonight against Morocco?
I think a strong team. So are we. At the end of the day, it went to penalties, so it can go like this, really. So, yeah.
Last question: how do you see this match versus Egypt next Saturday?
To be honest, not really thought about that. To be honest, obviously because of the disappointment of tonight. So, yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Africa's biggest football fiesta will kick off December 21 in the North African country of Morocco, and 24 top sides from the continent will slug it out for the big title. And for the host, it's their chance to win the first title since 1976. They got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022 right there in Qatar. But the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Teranga Lions of Senegal, and also defending champions Les Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire will have a huge say if Morocco can go ahead and win this first title in almost 50 years. Welcome to our tournament preview that features Olawale Adigo, that's my name, and also I've got Chuma Noli and also Timi Owe on this preview. How you doing, guys?
Very good, Wale. Good to be here.
Thank you for having us, man.
All right, don't forget the format stays the same, and it's still 24 teams, 6 groups. There will be best losers that will proceed to the knockouts. So nothing has changed from the previous one that we did enjoy in Cote d'Ivoire. But let's talk about the host, the Atlas Lions of Morocco, who, interestingly, the name of the mascot is called Assad, which is also a name of one of the players who will probably be getting at the AFCON, the Carthage of Eagles. It's one player to watch out for, Assad. So that's an interesting fact in there. But Chuma, the host got to the World Cup semi-finals in 2022, and that has brought a lot of attention. But they've also lived up to it, right? But do you think that adds an extra layer of pressure on them?
It does, but sometimes, that pressure leads you to the treasure, as the case is for this Moroccan side. We expected that much too in AFCON 2023 that took place in 2024, and we saw them knocked out despite being still fresher from that World Cup experience as at that time. But that's been consistent. We've seen them in the World Cup qualifying series. This team considered just 2 goals. They were unblemished when it came to victories in the World Cup qualifiers, and they've also been able to prove their mettle in different facets of the game. They can brag about having the best player in Africa right now in Achraf Hakimi too, and there's been consistency as to the leadership of the team too. That's something that will work. The same coach who took them to the exploit in Qatar 3 years ago is the man who's still in charge of the side. All of these things will play out in their favor. They are hosts as well, and we know the conversations that have been on social media after the CAF Awards as to CAF and Morocco. I'm not going to say more than that, but all of these things play out in their favor too. We're going to be seeing a bit of lesser lights, which is something I don't buy into, against opposition sides too.
All right, don't forget that the hosts are in Group A that features Comoros. It's also got the Eagles of Mali and also the Chipolopolo of Zambia, who are champions from 2012. But still on the champions, just quickly, Tini, how good is this Moroccan side?
Well, they are very good. They are very good because you check out how they qualify for the World Cup. 8 games, 8 wins, scoring plenty of goals. Tells you a lot about this Moroccan side. They have quality players. Ashraf Hakimi playing for PSG, Brahim Diaz playing for Real Madrid. They have explosive players who can turn games around for them. And like we said, they are hosting this game more or less because Guinea could not host. And so more or less, they will look at it and say, hey, we have the opportunity to win this competition just at our backyard. The last time they won was in the 70s, Olali. I wasn't even born then. And I'm very sure a generation of Moroccan fans didn't see that Nations Cup, didn't see Morocco hoist or lift up the trophy itself. So in all of this, you just have this feeling that they will be gearing to want to win this at home. I think the last Nations Cup in Ivory Coast, it was just surprising that they lost in
South Africa.
It was really surprising because they really played well. But I think they'll be giving this one a shot. I expect them to go as far as the finals, and I expect them to even win this tournament.
So definitely, Chuma, Morocco are one of the teams to beat. Who are the other teams you're tipping to have a go at the title?
I think looking at the last set of editions of the AFCON, Algeria champions in 2019. Algeria also one of those North African teams that's qualified for the biggest of stages next year in USA, Mexico, and Canada. Surely Cote d'Ivoire too, a side who were lucky enough to finish third in the group and then somehow still went all the way to win. They had a fantastic record in the World Cup qualifying series as well, which is the most recent set of matches we can use to judge African teams. Cote d'Ivoire did not consider goal in the qualifying series for the World Cup. That's huge. And for a team to be so blessed with talents that they're not carrying Nicolas Pepe to this tournament, it just shows you the kind of brilliance Adingra is not going into, which is a bit of a surprise. So that's going to be Cote d'Ivoire for me. Senegal, sure. It's been consistent around that national team, and I will be forced to mention Nigeria's Super Eagles because of the talent we have individually. As a team, I'm not yet sure of the Super Eagles, but they'll be in the conversation too.
Now, Timmy, what about you?
Definitely, I will start from where Chuma stopped. Definitely, Nigeria has to be in there. You look at Nigeria, every tournament apart from maybe 2006, they've always got, maybe 2008 too, they've always got into the semi-finals of the competition. So it's definitely Nigeria, one of the teams to watch out for. Like I said, Morocco will be in there. Never ever rule out the Algerians because they can also be very tricky. They've been out in the doldrums for a while.
Fun fact about the Algerians, they are unbeaten in the last 3 group stage edition of the AFCON. They've never lost in the group stages.
It tells you a lot. They won it in 2019. They didn't do well in 2023. The one they hosted in 2024. But in all of this, you just have to look at it and say, hey, Algerians will be in there. Egypt, let's not forget Mo Salah is having some issues right now at Liverpool, but he want to prove himself again. He want to tell the world that, hey, even though I'm having issues with Liverpool, I want to make my country proud.
In what state of mind do you think Mo Salah goes into the AFCON? We know that things are not going right. Let me stick with you in that before we talk about dark horses and wrap things up. In what state of mind? That we've seen how the Egyptian teammates have rallied behind him, saying he's our leader, we're backing him, whatever's happening in Liverpool, Salah is Salah, and nothing changes that. But for the player himself, don't you think he goes to the AFCON needing to prove himself to Egypt? Remember, Jimmy Carragher said, for all you've done, you've never won the AFCON with Egypt.
Yeah, I think that will be something at the back of his mind, especially those words from Carragher. Knowing that he's not done much for the Egyptian national team. But you look at it critically, this Egyptian side, he's always been the one that has carried them all the way through. The 2018 World Cup, they couldn't do anything much because he was injured before that tournament. Even the Nations Cup that they got to the final, you always see that Mo Salah has always been an instrumental player for the Egyptian national team. The only problem here is just the fact that they don't always have the edge, that finishing touch to them lifting the trophy. So I feel that going into this tournament, I don't think he has anything to prove. This is a man who has won titles, who has scored goals, who has done plenty of assists. He was the MVP from last season. He had clubs knocking at his door even after the season that he had with Liverpool. I don't think he has anything to prove. What he needs to just go and do for Egypt at this point in time, have a good showing at the Nations Cup, and maybe a better club might just come for him.
So do you think that Salah Chuma has produced a statement moment with Egypt, or he needs one at this AFCON?
I think for me it's even more, it's beyond just trying to prove to guys in Liverpool or Carragher that he's that good. I think it's a case of him proving to himself and his countrymen that he's a legend of the game in that territory. Yeah, because for every time we hail Nwankwo Kanu, we talk about the fact that sadly he did not win the Nations Cup with Nigeria, and that's one bragging right Mikel Obi has had over him, that he won the AFCON beyond all of the continental glory at European football level. And for Salah, that's it. Final 2017, final 2021, Senegal stopped them back then. So, and he knows he's in his 30s now, so the pressure on him is, I would like to win the AFCON for myself and my country. I think that's more of it. It's like Didier Drogba, who did not win with Cote d'Ivoire, than trying to prove any points in Liverpool.
All right, so I mean, we're done with the title favourites. What are your dark horses, Chuma?
Uganda comes to my mind, not to win the title,
Cranes.
but but they come to my mind, maybe not to win the title, but as a side who will go far in the competition. Sometimes you look at them and think that they don't have enough quality. But I've seen this team, 10 matches in the World Cup qualifying series, 6 wins, 4 defeats, amassed even more points than Nigeria Super Eagles, even though they were in different groups. And they come into a group where you think, even if you're not top 2, you finish third, you can still qualify as one of the top 3 teams, and anything is possible when you get to the knockout rounds. After all said and done, Nigeria was so perfect in 2021, winning all 3 group games, including beating Egypt, only to lose to Tunisia, who finished third in their group. So there's that opportunity for Uganda. And then I'll just throw in DR Congo, semi-finalist last time out. Now they're about to go to the World Cup. Uganda and DR Congo for me.
Uganda, DR Congo, that's some East African flavor to it, sort of. But for Timmy, are you going West African?
Yeah, I will go for Mali first. Definitely, you have to look at them critically. They
perennial underachievers, right?
They are always doing so much in the group stages. They will play so well. But at the time when you need them most, they just tend to fizzle out in the knockout stage. I think I will still pick them as one of my dark horses for this Nations Cup. Let's not forget Burkina Faso. They have some very good players at this point in time. Breton Traore, who is playing for Sunderland, and they also have another player, I can't remember his name right, but you just have this feeling that Burkina Faso might also just be in there. Remember the last Nations Cup Nigeria won, they got to the finals. It was Nigeria that edged them. And definitely I have to say DR Congo. Hey, who can just not look at DR Congo? Sebastien Desabre, he's done so much for African football. I wanted to have him as the Super Eagles coach. I would have loved it, but then it didn't happen. So for my dark horses, Mali, Burkina Faso, and definitely DR Congo.
Sebastian Desabre is on his 12th stint or 12th job in Africa. He knows the continent like the back of his hand. He's managed with that Casablanca. He's managed Lobola.
He looks like Claude Leroy.
Yeah, it's like a Claude Leroy, right? Claude Leroy. And talk about Claude Leroy. He says he doesn't believe the Super Eagles have got what it takes to win the AFCON. He believes that our firepower up front is not convincing. He said if you score 20 goals in World Cup qualifying in 12 matches, you should be doing better. Yeah. And for that reason, he's not convinced about Nigeria's chances. So sad. But before we wrap up this preview, guys, I want to put you on the spot. Who is winning AFCON 2025? Chuma, you go first.
Do we have just one option or two?
You have one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Why not finalists?
Okay.
Okay. Let me make it easier.
Okay, finalists. Morocco will be in the final, and Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, but Morocco.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah. I think I will toe his line. Morocco definitely should win this competition, but then for the other finalists, I'll be looking at DR Congo.
All right, some interesting picks from the guys on our tournament preview for AFCON 2025. It begins on the 21st of December when the host Morocco take on Comoros, who have named them a fully foreign-based team for the Africa Cup of Nations. Do well to enjoy the tournament, and it's dirty December. It means that you can have fun, celebrate Christmas, and also enjoy the very best of African football. It's a wrap from us right here.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be the Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
VIP tickets in the finals.
Yeah.
And guess what? They did not even have a seat to sit.
Wonderful.
So
because that stadium was actually very full.
True.
It was full, and you could not even see a space for anybody to sit down. And I understand that. So there are lots of, I don't know. It's not been good so far when it comes to how things have happened. Some criticism of officiating. Some have also said that the host nation are doing all in their power to make sure that they win this tournament, and some have also said that if they can find a way, just find a way to host. It feels like now, if you want to win the African Cup of Nations, you have to go and host, because the host nations are the one winning now for the past 3 editions.
True, true. But we need to have a good team.
Yeah,
I mean, you need to have a good team to win. You can't say because you want to host and win, you have a shambolic team.
Yeah.
For the host nations that have won, look at Cote d'Ivoire for instance. When they won, they had Adingra.
Yeah.
They had Sebastian Haller in their squad. They also had quite a number of interesting players in the team. You take it back again to Cameroon, although Cameroon did not win that Nations Cup in Garoua. I mean, it was different, but they came close too. You also need to have a solid team. I mean, the 12th round of the day, you can't take away that from the team. Don't forget also, Ivory Coast almost were sent back in the tournament.
Almost in the group
stage. Qualified via third place team, to progress to the next round. But one thing is key: the home factor. You cannot rule out that from your team. So if any country wants thinks he can go all the way, maybe host it. But I don't think also the next Nations Cup we're having for Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. I don't think any of these teams will win.
I don't think so.
But they will just probably try their best. Maybe progress to the round of 16, maybe quarterfinal. But it will be difficult. I think it's time for other teams in Africa to do their homework and try to also better their facilities.
All right, time for other African teams to do their homework and better their facilities, and maybe just emulate what the Moroccans are doing, because it feels like the Moroccans are doing something right, and that's the reason why even the AFCON tournament that is coming much later this year is still very much in Morocco. All right, so there you have it. Let's, like I said, opening up the phone lines. The phone lines are there, flashed on your screen. Please do well to call us. We want to fill your pause right here. Talk about the semi-final game, Nigeria v Morocco. What happened in that game? What do you say? What did you see in that game that made you so angry that Nigeria were knocked out after 120 minutes and penalties in the semi-final matchup against the Moroccan side? And who are you looking forward to winning the Africa Cup of Nations? Also, the game between Nigeria and Egypt, where we're going to be bringing you the lineup, just in a moment. I will also get to analyze that one. We've seen few changes from the Nigerian team and also a few changes from the Egyptian team ahead of kickoff that would happen in the next 14 minutes, where the teams will be already out at the Casablanca Stadium to play for the bronze medal game. All right, like I said, you can send us WhatsApp messages. You can also call us up right about now. And if you're joining us for the very first time on vivxsports on YouTube, please click the subscribe button so we can grow the family and bring you more when it comes to African sports. Now, Favor, let's go to the lineups for both sides before we talk about what we think will happen in this game. That's the bronze medal match. We know that Nigeria and Egypt have a sort of rivalry when it comes to African football. They've met a total of 20 times, and we'll get into that much later. Let's focus now on the lineups. First off, we'll start off with Nigeria. The Nigerian side have gone for a different team. Samuel Chukwueze starts. Just to put that out there, I know that many people are talking about Samuel Chukwueze and his penalty miss, the lackadaisical approach to, step up and play that penalty and just basically giving the penalty to the goalkeeper.
I hope he's not chewing
gum today, hopefully. But he gets to start, so maybe an avenue for him to redeem himself, so to speak. A goal or an assist may change the minds of Nigerians. But let's talk about the lineup here. Nigeria have gone for a 4-3-3 formation with Stanley Nwabali in goal. In the left back still remains the man Bruno Yemechi. Will have a change in that lineup because obviously no Calvin Bassey for this match. He was shown a yellow card, accumulated yellow card, so he's missing this one. Igor Ogbu will now start alongside Semi Ajayi in the defense for Nigeria, and on the right back position, the brilliant Bright Osai Samuel, who has done a wonderful job so far for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. In the midfield, it's a different three-man midfield for the Nigerian side. The man Raphael Onyedika, the Broga player, starts in that midfield alongside Dele Bashiru and Samuel Chukwueze. And up front, we have Moses Simon, Paul Onoachu, and Ako Adams. What's your take on this lineup?
Well, first of all, I think for Eric Chell, in as much as he also wants to win bronze, he's trying to give opportunities to
other players.
Not to say the players who have not been playing in the past are not better or good players. Fisayo Dele Bashiru back to his normal position, other than where he used to play from the flanks by Eric Chell. Then Oyedika happens to be the DM in that particular setup. It means that he would also reduce how he goes forward. Then Dele Bashiru has a free role to be just behind Onuachu and also trying to assist with his energy in the midfield. Then you look at Chukwueze. I think for Eric Chell, he's trying to tell him, whatever anybody has said, I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Just go out and tell them you're still good. I mean, penalties could be, very cruel to some, even the very best of players. So I think that's what he has done. But then, like for like, it means that the way it is right now, because Samuel Chukwueze, remember in the game that had Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze played somewhere around the midfield. I think in the qualifiers in Uyo. So I think that's what he's trying to do. But this time around, he's Onuachu. So his also area presence can also do it. Igor Obu, no doubt, he will probably replace it. This should be his third appearance in this competition. He's also shown that he's solid. I remember the game against Uganda. We saw what he was able to do. Bruno Yemechi still on course. Familiar, so it's not going to be so strange for Igor because we have three familiar faces and one guy who just exactly comes into the lineup. Chukwueze, Akwa Adams and Chukwueze. Akwa Adams also has the energy to push forward to assist. So I think we'll get to see more of area crosses. From the right and the left. Simon also trying to get to Onuachu. Onuachu will just be one man who will be waiting for the services of our wingers.
Okay, waiting for the services of our wingers. Paul Onuachu starts up front of the Nigerian side. So on the bench we have. This is a very good bench for Nigeria. There are lots of amazing players. There's Tochukwu Nadi on the bench. Amaso Basoge, Frank Onyeka is on the bench. Victor Osimhen is on the bench. He may get a run in later in this game. Francis Uzo also makes the bench. Zaidu Sanusi started the first game for Nigeria, but after that performance, he was changed.
He's wearing the seatbelt.
Yeah, he's wearing the seatbelt. Let him stay. Let him remain there for now. You've seen it right there, flashed on your screen. Chukwueze, Simon, Onuachu, Adams, Onyedika, Dele Bashiru, Bright Osai Samuel, there's Semi Ajayi, Igor is also in there, and the man Oyemechi alongside goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali for the Nigerian side. So like I said, star-studded bench. Chigozie Awazim is also on the bench. Alex Iwobi is on the bench. There's the man Ademola Lookman also is on the bench. So this is good for Nigeria, because if things are not going well, you can call on to some of those star players who have done so well in this tournament so far.
I remember talking to some few guys this afternoon, talking about the kind of approach Eric Chell should get, make into this game. Is it like a Descal approach in terms of anyhow we don't come up for final now. This one will be so. But what I'm seeing right now is Eric Chell trying to try something different, maybe that will give him what to do in the next series of games. If the diamond formation is not working, what kind of formation should I turn back to? And I think that's what he's trying to do. But he probably should be going for maybe his best of the best. Because Osimhen is looking forward to maybe being the highest goal scorer
of the tournament.
There's also Brahim Diaz on 5, he's on 4. Salah is on. So I'm just thinking, I'm trying to wrap my head around what he's trying to do. But whatever it is, Nigerians also want to go back to something.
All right, so you can call us up right now. We're 9 minutes away from kickoff, but I have a question if you call in. Just a question for you if you're watching right about now. Do you care who wins this game? I want to know if you care about the third place matchup, all right? Is it something that we should look forward to and say, we've not gotten to the final, we're not going to win silver or gold, let's just settle with bronze. Bronze would kind of be like a, pat on the shoulder. You've done well, leave the tournament. I mean, the man Odion Igalo talked about the fact that Nigeria has to finish on a high by winning the bronze medal, which means that the Super Eagles of Nigeria have to come out and play good football in this game. Shell has changed the lineup, not the same players that you would expect to see in the lineup, but I think it's still very much a good Super Eagles team to play.
Very much on a good day. Samuel Chukwueze is a good player. Moses Simon experience. Akwa Adams also experience. These are players who can give you goals. Onuachu has also scored in this competition so far, so you would expect that he brings his A game to bear today. So I don't think it's so much of a change. Some of these players that he's introducing have also had some minutes in this competition. Igor Obu, this is not his first game. So likewise, Onuachu, Samuel Chukwueze, Moses Simon, amongst others. So I'm expecting that if you're wearing the green, white, green jersey, you should give your 100%.
All right, so if you're wearing the green, white, green jersey, you should give your 100%. Now, let's talk about the Pharaohs, the guys who are also looking to win the third place matchup against the Nigerian side. It's a team made up of majorly Alakli players, but we're going to start with the goalkeeper. They've changed. Mohamed El Shanawi used to be the man who starts in goal, but they've gone for a different number one. Shobert is the man who starts in goal. The Alakli second choice goalkeeper, who is also the second choice goalkeeper for Egypt in this tournament. We have the man on that right back position, Mohamed Hani, who also plays for Alakli. In the defense, there's the man Rabia, also Fati makes that defense, and or Sobi, fantastic left back for the Egyptian side. In that midfield, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation for the Egyptian side. They have Zizou in the midfield. There's Lahin in that midfield alongside the man Ashaw and Trezeguet. Up front is Mohamed Salah and Mustafa Mohamed. Omar Mamouche makes the bench, and Mustafa Mohamed, a very good player, plays for Nantes in the French Ligue 1. You know, could also connect with Mo Salah, play well. This is a very strong Egyptian side.
A strong Egyptian side. Yes, El Shanawi is not in goal. That's the most experienced goalkeeper, but they've gone for a young man who would probably take over one day for El Shanawi. He's the son of Mustafa Mustafa Sobel, who was once the national goalkeeper. I think he probably will get.
But how does he feel, though? I mean, being the second choice goalkeeper for the national team and also being the second choice goalkeeper in the Alakli team, it must feel some type of way that one guy is number one for Alakli and for Egypt.
I remember, I don't know if it's Vincent Deyama and that Austin Ejido, one of them in the same, one is the top choice goalkeeper in Nigeria and also for his recently club. But I think for him, he knows that his time will come. Then of course for the up front, I think they've also added a good squad. Mohamed Salah currently on 4 goals, hoping to add his tally, wants to finish on a high. Trezeguet is also a deadly winger. We know what he can bring into the team. Ashaw is also one man who can also score goals. Surprisingly, these players up front, Salah has been the most dominant in terms of goals. They've not been able to get these goals coming for Shaw, for Mustafa Mohamed,
for Trezeguet, they've not really scored yet.
But I think they want to also win the midfield. If you look at the midfield, they also want to try to make sure that they get the balls in the midfield and then maybe spread to the wings for Mohamed Salah. So it means that our wing backs have to be cautious of the threats from Mohamed Salah and Trezeguet. I think these are one of the things we'll be looking forward to. And the defense, still the experienced players, same. So it's not much of a change, but at the end of the day, we know one thing for sure: Egypt also want to leave with bronze.
All right, one thing is certain, that Egypt will also want to leave here with picking up a bronze medal. Well, the two beaten semi-finalists at the Africa Cup of Nations, Egypt and Nigeria, would meet in Casablanca, bidding for a consolation prize of the bronze medal. So that's what they have to settle for. All right, the big game by our standard. Egypt's wait for the first AFCON title since 2010. They've been waiting for it since 2010. They've not gotten to the final since 2010. They've tried. They got to the final against Senegal. They lost in 2019. It was a painful one for them. Whereas Mane, got one over Mo Salah. Also did it in this tournament by beating Mo Salah in the semi-final. But the Egyptians, they're also looking at this and saying, okay, we beat Nigeria before the tournament started in December. The friendly matchup that they played, it was a wonderful 2-1 victory for them. Even though we saw Nigeria, do a lot of changes to,
It was also a match that we know that, if there was VAR, maybe one of the goals would have been chopped off.
Okay. Well, the good thing is we have VAR in this one, so that's the good thing. Anyway, so there you have it. Third place matchup between these two sides. During the course of commentary, we'll get to talk about the head-to-head between these two teams. Don't forget, Nigeria also have the upper hand when it comes to Africa Cup of Nations games between the two sides. Nigeria have won more than Egypt, so they'll be looking at that as another opportunity to maybe record one more victory over the Egyptian side. Nigeria also have only won 2 of their last 9 head-to-head games, drawing 3 and losing 4, but they have also had the edge when it comes to head-to-head in this competition, winning 5 times from their 8 meetings against Egypt. So, if you have 5 victories against a team in head-to-head when it comes to the Africa Cup of Nations, you'll be feeling good going into a game like this.
Yes, for Nigeria, one thing is so sweet about this game. when it comes to the third place match, Nigeria have never lost a third place game.
Match, yeah.
If you like, bring the Morocco,
Yeah.
as long as it's the third place game,
Nigeria
always
set
find
to
a way
win.
to get. But they're coming up against an Egyptian side. Who in the past, yes, it's been mixed results. Nigeria have also won some of the games, and Egypt are also looking forward to win against Nigeria in, let's say, 16 years now. The last time they won was in 2010 against Nigeria in the African Cup of Nations. So it's all to play for right now. Nigeria definitely have the bragging rights, and also for some players in the team, they have not touched any medal as per African Cup of Nations, be it silver or bronze. So some of them is the first time. I mean, Siridesas has to return to camp because he knows that
he wants to pick up that
bronze. I thought I saw a bad pass. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that these boys also know what is at stake. But let's also remember that form. I mean, the history does not play football. I mean, you bring history and everything. If the players are saying it's today that it will end, it will definitely end.
Today,
but I'm looking forward to an exciting game and hoping that like Osam Hassan, who was once a player of Egypt, he could not win the tournament as a coach. Maybe this might also spur him to say, led the Egyptian side to a bronze medal.
All right, it should be fantastic for the man Hussam Hassan, who, yes, one of Egyptian legend when it comes to the African football. Don't forget, they're the most decorated team when it comes to African football with 7 continental titles. They won't be making it 8th this time around as they settle for a bronze medal match against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We're 4 minutes away from kickoff as the two teams are already out there on the playing surface getting set for what could be another exciting Africa Cup of Nations game. And we're here to bring you with all of the excitement, live commentaries as you watch along with us here on vivxsports YouTube live stream this wonderful evening in the city of Lagos. Like I always say, if you're joining us for the very first time and you're seeing these fine faces for the first time, you know that you can click on the subscribe button to grow our VIVX family as we'll get to bring you all of the exciting things happening in African sports. Okay, keep supporting and keep loving what we do here on VIVX Sports. And if you want to call in, do not forget, even during the course of commentary, or we can take 1 or 2 calls as we give you live pictures, as we give you live commentaries here this wonderful evening. You can call in. The numbers are flashed there on your screen as we get set for match action. Big game by our standard. So before we get into the commentaries, I'll come to you, Favor, one more time and to ask you this question. Your score prediction for the game between Egypt and Nigeria.
The last time I predicted.
What happened the last time you predicted? Let me know first before we continue.
Well, the last time I predicted.
Did we win or did we lose?
Well, we lost.
Okay, so let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. The Favor, hold on to your prediction. I don't need you to predict now. But anyways, we've said it. So Egypt are going for a 4-2-1-3 formation. Mo Salah, the captain, wearing jersey number 10 on that right-hand side. Mustafa Mohamed and Trezeguet will also play up front. Kafa also sending a message. We play different out here in Africa. Egypt will be sporting their red over white shorts and black socks, while Nigeria are wearing their, I mean, it was called Ugu Green at some point, but now a commentator in the Africa Cup of Nations called it Afan Green. What do you make of that? It's a wonderful jersey.
Interesting. I mean, there have been different names to the green. I know in Nigeria we have different kind of color. We have cockroach brown. We have different kind of color. We have names to the colors. So whatever it is, Alpha green. Which other one?
Ugu green.
There's Ugu green. Water leaf green.
Water leaf green. Well, now we're getting set for match action, and we're excited. I'm excited because I think that this is an opportunity to buy out of this tournament with a smiling face.
True. Right? I mean, with what we've gone through, we've been through in terms of the starting of the tournament. Every game Nigeria have scored except for the game against Morocco.
Yes,
that's to show you how much of solid the team have been in terms of attack and a lot of things, and also for the fact that some of these players are looking forward to something to go back to. I mean, also maybe a visit to the president when they are back.
Maybe you never can tell. As I look at the formation of the Nigerian team once again before we start. It's like I said, Eric Schell has gone for a 4-3-3 formation with Raphael Onyedika, Fisayo Dele-Bashiru and Samuel Chukwueze in the midfield, Moses Simon, Paul Onuachu and Akwa Adams up front. In the defense is Bruno Yemechi, Igor Ogbu and Semi Ajayi alongside Osai Samuel and goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali. And for the first time starting a game, he's going to wear the captain's armband. Moses Simon, you think deservedly so?
Yes, I mean, Moses Simon has paid his dues for the Nigerian side. He's been consistent right from the early days, 2014, 2015. He's one man who always plays his 100% for Nigeria. Yes, sometimes he gets the bashing of the fans when he doesn't maybe make the right crosses. But I think Moses Simon, this might just be another game to tell himself, I mean, I've done well. It's close to getting a 100 cap. I mean, it's around 90 plus already for Nigeria. So that's to show you how much of dedication and service he's been to the Nigerian side.
All right, we are getting set for live action out there in the stadium. That's Stade Mohammed V out there in Casablanca. It's packed full, so to speak. Lots of Egyptian fans in the stadium and some pockets of Nigerian fans also in the stadium getting to witness this one. And it looks really good to see, you know, a good number of people in that stadium in Casablanca supporting Nigeria and Egypt.
Well,
expectedly so. I mean, the Egyptians will be more.
It's not balanced when you look at the fact that the Egyptians are the ones who are, you know, the much persons in the stadium. They probably have about, you know, 70-80%. And some will also look at proximity. I mean, they are close to not really close like that, but they are close to Morocco. And of course, it's an Arab nation where they have the support, and language is not a barrier for them.
All right, a wonderful one. Nigeria started the game like a house on fire. Like I said, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be playing from left to right, sporting their green home jerseys with green socks. And the Egyptian side will play from right to left, wearing red top over white shorts and black socks. It's the live commentary here, YouTube live stream, vivxsports. If you're joining us for the first time, please click the subscribe button to stay connected with everything we do here as we bring you all of the best in African sports. The game has kick-started, and we have an opportunity for Egypt on that far left-hand side. A referee, a Moroccan referee. I mean, some people have said that, I mean, the Ghanaian referee did us something not so nice. And now we'll have a Moroccan referee. But hopefully he is steady in this game, brings all of the experience that he has garnered over the years, and this is a wonderful game that is not marred by refereeing inconsistency.
Well, we hope so. We can only hope so. I mean, he has had two games so far in this tournament. The first game was between Uganda and Tanzania. He ended 1-1. He gave 2 penalties in that game. Uganda threw 1 away. Tanzania scored theirs. And the second game was Mozambique against Cameroon. So it was not, I mean, so far so good, no red card. But yellow cards are flied, you know, are flown from the referee. So I'm thinking at the moment that he's experienced and should be able to do the job without any bias.
All right, well, another chance. That one from Egypt. The outside of the right foot pass from Trezeguet, looking for Mo Salah. But Stanley Nwabali comes out of his line to gather for the Nigerian side. A goalkeeper who has done really well since he started out as first choice for the Nigerian side. He has maintained his spot. Hasn't been beaten by Amos Obasoge, Francis Uzo, or even Maduka Okoye, who was dropped for this tournament. Here come Nigeria now. Moses Simon with a good ball into the box, cleared away by the defensive presence of Fati, the defense of the Egyptian side. Nigeria have it now deep inside their own half. Chukwueze on the right-hand side, one-on-one with Sobi. Tries to beat Sobi, does beat Sobi. Nicely done by the Nigerian side. Here comes Chukwueze now, tries to put one into the box. Blocked on that occasion, out for a corner on the far right-hand side. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria have started really well.
Yes, really well. A good one for Chukwueze. He was able to pass through the defender there, Fati, and going into the box, trying to find a man, but he was obstructed, and then a corner. That also shows you that he's adding more attack to that right wing, giving room for Akko Adams to go into the box. And I think that's the tactics for, that's the reason why Richel has placed him in that position.
All right, the corner will come from the right-hand side. Samuel Chukwueze will take. A man who has received heavy criticism by Nigerian supporters online about the approach to that penalty kick. If he had scored that, would have given Nigeria an advantage going forward, but he missed, and Morocco took advantage of that one. So referee Jayed from Morocco having a word with Ogbu, the Nigerian defender, and Fati, the Egyptian defender, as players are looking set to get on the end of the cross that will be coming from the right-hand side. Chukwueze swings one in, headed away by the onrushing Zizou. The ball will go only as far as Ogbu, who has it now on the right-hand side. Finds Chukwueze, looking to beat his marker, loses possession, but will win a throw-in for Nigeria. We just played 4 minutes of football out there at the Casablanca Stadium. Chukwueze looking to take the throw for Nigeria, just on that far right hand side. He will drop it for Bright Osai Samuel, who has been a revelation for Nigeria in this tournament.
Yes, Bright Osai has always been there, but we've not gotten the very best of performance up until now in the competition. And one would say, I mean, Olai not even being part of this tournament is not really missed, considering that Osai has played against deadly wingers and forwards in the last few weeks, and has been able to overcome. Bet for the first game he played, that he was looking not so convincing, but after that he picked up and has been on fire.
All right, well, Bright Osai Samuel, yeah, so finally he has made Olai maybe not, they're not the same type of player, but Bright Osai Samuel brings a different kind of quality to that right back position. And we're seeing pictures of Zizou, the midfielder for Egypt, sliding across, taking out the Ashore, rather. So apologies for that one. Ashore taking out the corner flag on that far right hand side. Nigeria would take their throw in. We're still very much waiting for that to be planted back because we need that to be back on the field before we resume play. 6 minutes of football, your assessment so far of this game?
Well, it's been cagey so far. Yes, Nigeria have had more of the balls going forward. I mean, first corner of the game coming to Nigeria, they've shown that they want something out of this game. And I also think that they've told themselves, all die or die. Let's just move on, push the game back to the Egyptians and see if we can get an early goal, and then probably just peg them back. So these are things I think the players are doing at the moment, and they've been operating from the right. Means that Chukwueze is doing something right in this game. Osai also is also supporting from the right with his defense to ensure that we have more of the balls coming to the right. And also we saw clips of Moses Simon also crossing from the left.
Yeah. Well, we see you on YouTube. Please keep supporting us as you join our YouTube live stream. I also encourage you to click on the subscribe button as we look to grow vivxsports to bring you more exciting moments in African sports. I'll also be taking your messages from there, so if you're right there on the live stream, you can drop your comments on the chat box. I'll be here to take them for you. Do not forget, you can also call us up. The numbers are flashed right there on your screen if you want to reach us here in the studios of vivxsports. I want to feel your pause. I want you to talk to me about the semi-final game, Nigeria against Morocco, and what you've made of the Africa Cup of Nations so far in this tournament, and who you also see winning this bronze medal matchup between Nigeria and Egypt. Players still waiting for the corner flag to be fixed on that far right hand side as we wait for the installation of that one. It was Ashore, the man who rooted out the corner flag, was looking to save the ball, not considering a corner for the Egyptian side.
Shaw was not sure of what he wants to do, but the good thing is at the end of the day he was also trying to defend the ball and also preventing the ball from going into his own box, and that's what he was doing.
All right, Nigeria taking the throw in now. They'll win another one. Bright Osai Samuel looking to go past the man on that far right hand side, unsuccessful on that occasion. There was the man Sobi who blocked to give Nigeria another opportunity from the throw in. This time they'll take it into the box. Onoachi looking to, that was Dele Bashiru on that occasion, looking to make something happen for the Nigerian side inside the area. Ashore would come away with it as he wins a throw-in for Egypt. Still very much in their own half. Early days in this game, 8 minutes of football play. Eric Sekushel out there on the byline dishing out instructions to his team. They said they felt the disappointment for his players, the fact that they couldn't win on penalties against Morocco. But he also advised them to keep their heads up because they've made him proud in this tournament so far. And
yes,
a bronze medal wouldn't be bad for the manager.
It wouldn't be bad. I mean, that would be his first as a coach coaching an African nation. The last time he tried it with Mali, he was knocked out in the quarterfinals in Cote d'Ivoire. So he'll probably be telling himself, I want to add something to my CV. And that will also boost his CV. I mean, we saw what Genotro was able to do with Nigeria. That also ensured after he left Nigeria, he got the job with Benin Republic.
All right, that could be the story for Eric Shell. Do not forget, the Tunisian FA have also been looking for ways to lure him away from Nigeria. They've set out $100,000 monthly wages for the man if he accepts to take over Tunisia.
But they've got him with someone else. Yeah. They've gone to someone else.
They've gone to someone else. They were looking for Eric Shaw. They wanted him to come. But here come Egypt now. Fantastic play on the left-hand side. Trezeguet, but good defensive work there from Brighton side Sama. We'll find Rafael Onyedika, who goes back to Ogbu, who picks out the pass on that far left-hand side to Bruno Yemechi. Paulo Noachu back to the distinctive nature of Dele Bashiru. They've lost possession now. Egypt have it now with Shaw deep inside their own half. Looking to play from behind. They've lost possession. Here comes Chukwueze. One-on-one with Sobi. Goes inside. Plays the ball now to the center circle area where we have the man Dele Bashiru. Sports jersey number 10 for the Nigerian side. Rafael Onyedika. Dele Bashiru has it now. Oh, he's lost possession to Mo Salah. Here come Egypt. They have it now. They pass forward, but Semi Ajayi will get there first to win the ball back. The ball just dilly-dallying from one player to another. But Nigeria will come away with it now deep inside their own half. Igor Obu finds Semi Ajayi, who has it now for Nigeria. Will be looking to switch play for the Nigerian side. He opts to go down the middle. Finds the run of Samuel Chukwueze, who has it now on the right-hand side. But a block there from Sobi takes that one out for a throw into the Nigerian side. Have had the larger share of possession in the first 11 minutes of football played out there at the Mohammed Stadium in Casablanca. Semi Ajayi all the way back now to Stanley Wabale as Nigeria would look to play from behind.
End-to-end stuff between Nigeria and Egypt, and the balls have been around the midfield. We've seen battles between Trezeguet, Shaw, and also Dele Bashiru and Rafael Onyedika. I think anyone that wins the midfield battle will probably have something to do next in this game. But it's been interesting so far.
It's been an interesting opening 12 minutes of football played out there at the Casablanca Stadium so far. And rightly stated, we've seen both teams try to get on the end of things to maybe get the first goal. Egypt have it now deep inside their own half. Sobi driving forward. Look at that run from deep inside his own half. Looking to set the man Mustafa Mohamed on that long pass there, but brilliant defensive effort from Semi Ajayi. The ball will go out for a goal kick to the Nigerian side.
Yeah, beautiful work of Semi Ajayi. Once again, he has shown that the absence of Kevin Bassi, maybe he might just step up and be the leader in the defense. Is the most experienced when you look at the defenders who are currently playing for Nigeria at the moment, and no wonder he has been able to do that. That might also give confidence to Igor Ogu, who is playing just by his side, in this game. Lots to play for at the moment. So far, so good. Wambali has not been troubled.
Well, Stanley Wambali not been troubled so far in this game, as we've seen him. A lot of people complain about the antics, but I think he's a very good goalkeeper when you look at what he can do on his day.
Well, for Stanley Wambali, it's kind of his antics. For me, you're playing in Africa. Africa requires a lot of things. I mean, you look at what you face every now and then, the bans from players and all. Definitely, you need things like that, especially when you think your captain is not doing enough in terms of giving it at them. I think that's what for Stanley Wambali. You can't be, let me put it this way, a goalkeeper who is kind of passive or quiet. You have to show charisma. We saw that with Vincent Yama. I mean, that's why tomorrow is one man who will not keep quiet. He always shows, because of course he has the African upbringing. And they played he played for Iba in the past before moving on to the Israeli Premier League, and then we saw also the same thing with Stanley Wambali from the league.
Fantastic one. Here come Egypt now with a good cross into the box, headed away by Igor Obu. Fantastic one done by the Nigerian defender. Dele Bashiru will come away with it, sends the ball to Simon Moses, who finds Bruno Yemechi, sends a long ball forward now, searching for the run of Samuel Chukwueze. Well, that's the man Akwa Adams with a chance to shoot. And the ball straight to goalkeeper Sobengo for the Egyptian side. Well, like you said, end-to-end stuff. The game is beginning to opening up now, as we're seeing two teams size themselves up.
Yes, end-to-end stuff. In this part, we call it basbos. I mean, we've been seeing from one side to the other side, both teams are going at themselves. We've seen quite maybe not a full chance for the two sides, but they've also shown that they can shoot and they can get the goals. For Akwa Adams, also a good one for him, getting the shot, but the goalkeeper was there to just catch that particular one. But interesting match so far.
Well, it's almost weird to see someone Chukwueze play deep inside the midfield. Whenever the ball goes onto the right-hand side, You expect Chukwueze to be on it, but Akwa Adams have occupied that position. Rafael Onyedika switches play now to the left-hand side to Bruno Imechi. And how on earth has he lost possession for the Nigerian side? I think that was a miscontrol from the Nigerian left-back. Egypt will take a throw-in. Looking at that opportunity once again. Oh, nicely done for Moses Simon. And the shot there from that right-hand side. Akwa Adams. Deflected shots. Straight to the hands of the goalkeeper, catching practice.
Definitely, Sevilla will be watching this game. I mean, Akwa Adams have made them proud so far with the kind of style, his energy, and his ball techniques. Very, very good. One man who can also support the attack. Little no wonder he has gotten already for himself 2 assists. In this AFCON, I think he's one man that would do go forward or go better as the game progresses for Nigeria in the near future.
Akwa Adams, wonderful player. Saw that beautiful goal he scored against Algeria, making light work of the Algerian goalkeeper, the son of Zinedine Zidane, Lucas Zidane. Still very much early days in this one. Nigeria 0, Egypt 0. We've played 15 minutes, make that 60 minutes of football out there at the Casablanca Stadium. If you're watching us and joining us for the very first time, we encourage you and we implore you to click on the subscribe button to support what we do here at vivxsports. YouTube live streamers will bring you all of the best in African football. And if you want to call us up, you can do that. Numbers rightly so flashed on your screen right there. +234 81361 97658. And I'll be here to take those calls and your WhatsApp messages. Egypt have it now with their goalkeeper. They would look to play from behind. Ball goes to the right-hand side. They're still very much deep inside their own half. You get the feeling that both sides are just being cautious in the early stages of this game, not looking to give too much away. But here come the Egyptians now, with a chance on the right-hand side. Ball is placed forward. Zizou, long pass, looking for the run of the man Trezeguet on that left-hand side, but wonderful clearance from Stanley Wabali.
That's to show you the goalkeeper was at alert in that game. He was very, very focused. That pass was a fantastic one, trying to find Trezeguet, but the goalkeeper had to rush out to clear the ball. And Wabali, of course, no doubt, is a sweeper, one who always is on his toes to ensure that the dangers are cleared. And that once again, Nigeria have just missed what would have been a scary moment for the side.
Yeah, that really would have been a scary moment for the Nigerian side. It was a long ball from the right-hand side, searching for Trezeguet, who just couldn't get to the end of that one. And you can see Osama San, the manager for the Egyptian side, just worried about that cross from Chukwueze. It was headed away by Fati, the defender.
Osama San, legendary, still the highest goal scorer for the Egyptian side, 69 goals, and that's why.
You think that Salah will get there one day?
Well, this might just be the end of Salah's tournament. I don't know, but I think that Salah too also has done well for himself. Egypt have produced quite a number of interesting players in the past. Abu Trika, Mido, these are some of the players that graced the Egypt national team. For Osama San, still his record is yet to be broken. Maybe another player might just come up and do that, but at the moment, it would be a difficult one for Salah.
It would be very difficult for Mo Salah, who has had to wait to win an AFCON title for his Egyptian side. He had an opportunity to win it against Senegal in the final, but things rightly so didn't go as planned. There was an opportunity to also make the final of this tournament, but stopped again in his tracks by Sadio Mane's Senegal, who are now in the final, waiting to play that game by 8 p.m. tomorrow. The Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat. Big game by our standards.
Yeah, big game by our standards.
And I know that many Nigerians will be watching that game with,
I tell you, a lot. Let's look at
a lot of interest.
Exactly. Yeah. Two Lions are playing tomorrow. Teranga Lions and the Atlas
Lions.
So we'll wait to see which Lion will rule the jungle. But it will be an interesting matchup tomorrow. All eyes will be on Morocco, especially with what played out in the semi-final. And for Senegal, Sadio Mane, this might be another opportunity for him to maybe end his career on the high. He said this might just be his last tournament, so he probably will be looking forward to a silverware before he leaves.
All right, that would be good for Mane if he does pick up the Africa Cup of Nations. Senegal play the final tomorrow against Morocco in what could be another mouth-watering encounter in the Africa Cup of Nations. Raphael Onyedika, forward pass, searching for Moses Simon on the left-hand side. Nicely done. Tries to beat one or two markers. Another pass will go forward now, searching for Moses Simon, who has it now, one-on-one with the Egyptian defender. Does a good job to put a good ball into the box, but cleared away there. Roll out for a throw-in, taken quickly by the Nigerian defender, Bruno Yemechi.
Bruno Yemechi has shown that he's one man we will never forget. Just about some years ago at the AFCON in Ivory Coast, he was a bench warmer, no time to Zaidou Sanusi, but he got his opportunity in this tournament, and since then he has sent Zaidou to Mars, and he's enjoying himself at the moment and hoping to be the next number 3 for Nigeria when it comes to left back position.
All right, they've done a wonderful job so far. I think Bright Osai Samuel and the other guy now, Bruno Yemechi from the 2-on-3 position for Nigeria. They've done so well in this tournament.
Fantastic job so far for them. And then you look at the intensity, the teams they faced. I mean, they're teams that will probably just send them back home, but they've been able to coordinate themselves. And to think that, these were games that probably be scared for a yellow card. Apart from the descent, maybe, the yellow card, Bright Osai got, I think when he went into a scuffle, I can't remember right now, but aside that, they've been clinical, they've been tactical, and they've been brave in their defending, especially tracking back when they make overlapping runs.
It's been wonderful to watch from a Nigerian perspective what the fullbacks have done in this tournament so far. As Bright Osai Samuel and Bruno Yemechi, and rightly stated by Favour, it's been good to see them also go forward and track back to help in the defence. They've put in the work, and they've been highly appreciated by Nigerian fans. Egypt have it now deep inside their own half, just kicking the ball from one position to another, looking at soaking up the pressure for the Nigerian side. The ball now with man up front, Mustafa Mohamed. Well, it's flagged offside. No, not offside. Handball. It's looking to control that one, but the referee would call that back for handball in favour of the Nigerian side, who would have to play their free kick. Clearly so, Mustafa Mohamed just couldn't get to the end of that one. He wanted to control his chest, but couldn't do that.
Spot on from the referee. I mean, the referee saw that Mustafa tried to do the hand of God, or just tried to use his hand to get the ball, but at the end of the day, he could not do that, and the referee had to blow that whistle there for a foul.
All right. 22 minutes on the clock. Nigeria 0, Egypt 0. Venue in Casablanca for the 3rd place matchup, the Golden Bronze, like we call it here in Nigeria.
They say atol na in bad pass. I mean, if you cannot get a full meal, Popoff is also there. And for Nigeria, I mean, the time I heard that particular phrase some years back, I mean, a bronze testing like gold. That's to show you how much of to go back with something. I mean, when you start a class, you're not among the first 3 in the class. It means you've not done enough. So that's what I think Nigeria wants to do at the moment.
Well, Nigeria is saying what Denzel would say: I'm living here with something.
True.
And they want to leave the Africa Cup of Nations with something. And bronze medal.
For some players like Osimhen, the likes of Chukwueze, they would say to themselves, we've gotten silver before, let's add bronze. Some of them have not gotten bronze before in Egypt, but some of the players in the team have not tasted bronze. So if they have the collection, maybe they can dream in 2027 for a goal.
All right, dreaming in 2027 for a goal. But here comes Egypt now, with Trezeguet on the left-hand side, looking to challenge as the Nigerian defenders as they come forward down the right-hand side. A chance now to put a good ball into the box. But a wonderful block there. This time was the man Zizou who was looking to thread a pass into a very good area for the Egyptian side. It's another commending block, this time from Raphael Onyedika.
Yes, fantastic from Raphael Onyedika. That's the position of Bruno Yemechi, but it was nowhere to be found. Raphael Onyedika had to do the work right there to ensure the ball goes out for a corner.
The corner will be taken. It's been taken already quickly by Mo Salah. The cross will come now, this time inside the box. Egypt are scouring inside and looking for maybe a favourable touch to put one into the back of the net, but that one will be cleared away.
I think for Nigeria, they need to also let Onuachu probably just stay in front when a corner is being taken. He doesn't probably have the energy to track back and go forward. Maybe that would also draw two defenders to him to ensure maybe a counter attack. So Onuachu should not be doing the defending when Nigeria is at the back foot, especially his kind of player.
All right, 25 minutes on the clock, still very much 0-0. Nigeria and Egypt have met 20 times in our competition. This is their 21st meeting, and I can tell you that Nigeria have won 8 of those 20 games, drawing 6 and losing 6. Egypt have won 6, drawn 6, and they've lost 8 to the Nigerian side. Well, here come Egypt now on the left-hand side. And that cross there was blocked by Bright Osai Samuel. Nigeria will come forward now with the ball. Dele Bashiru, look at that. Tries to drag 3 Egyptian players and just lose steam there, to lose possession to the Egyptians, who have it now deep inside their own area, looking to come forward from that left-hand side. They'll switch position as the ball will go to the right-hand side. But that was an amazing run from Dele Bashiru. But
I think that was Bright Osai Samuel. He took the ball from the back and went all the way, but I also think he did too much. He should have released the ball from the right-hand side. But that's great for Bright Osai Samuel. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that this game is being played as if it's a pre-season. Maybe that's why they play. Both teams are, taking their time to. There's no pressure, or whatsoever, compared to even what the semi-final game that Egypt played against Senegal and Nigeria played against Morocco.
All right, so the last time these two sides met was in Africa Cup of Nations 2021. Nigeria won that game 1-0. Remember the 30th minute strike from Ian Acho to give Nigeria the lead, and the only goal to give Nigeria 3 points in the Africa Cup of Nations group stage, where Nigeria won against Egypt. That's the last time they played an AFCON game. And then before this game, they played a pre-tournament friendly. So Egypt beat Nigeria 2-1 in Cairo.
Interesting one right there in Kadwa. It happened, in front of fans of Nigeria. A lot of persons before going to that game thought Nigeria would lose, but Augustine Gavon Cerezo brought his own Pep Guardiola style of football, but it ended via a round of 16 loss to Tunisia. But the Nigerian side did, of course, do well there, getting the win against Egypt in the group stage.
Well, after 1994's 0-0 draw in the group stage against Egypt, Nigeria didn't face Egypt in any competition till 2010. And you can remember that famous victory for the Egyptian side, beating Nigeria 3-1. And we had Kanu Wankwo in that team. Egypt come forward now with a chance. The first one, goalkeeper saves the rebound from Mo Salah, hits the side netting, out for another corner to the Egyptian side. And it looks like Egypt have probed forward more in this game than Nigeria. The first touch there for Mo Salah, good save from Stanley Nwabali. And the second one there, just a slight notch from the defender, Semi Ajayi, to send that one out for a corner. Egypt have taken their corner. Another good ball will come now into the box, but hit too heavy to roll out for a goal kick to the Nigerian side.
Good build-up play from the Egyptians. We saw how Hani was able to locate Mohamed Salah, but I thought Semi Ajayi would have done better in his guiding. Stanley Nwabali thought the ball would come to him directly, but Salah was so smart to come in between these two guys to try to force Nwabali to a save. I think the energy the Nigerian team started with has dropped, which of course the Egyptians have noticed, and they've started trying to attack from the flank and see if they can send it across into the box.
Well, you can say that the Nigerian side have maybe been second best in this game so far.
Well, you look at what both teams have got into the play, into the game. The first few minutes was Nigeria. Suddenly, Egypt also took control of the game, and Nwabali, we're seeing more clips from Nwabali. When you look at how often he has been called into action, that's to show you that it's not just one person. You're not only you buy balls. Both teams will also have a fair share of possession. But I think it's high time for any team that wants to take something out of this game, try to be more clinical, create the chances and convert the chances. Yes, it's not easy, but it's our time to do that. Instead of allowing this game drag to this point. but good play from both sides.
All right, Olajumoke on YouTube says the Egyptians we see today will see them no more. Hopefully that's the case. But just to let you know, this game, if it ends 0-0, there's no extra time for the third place matchup in the Africa Cup of Nations. So we go straight to penalties if we don't get goals in this game. So no winner in 90 minutes. The game goes straight to penalties. Just to confirm that for you. Dele Bashiru has it now in the midfield for Nigeria. Nicely done. Switches play to the left-hand side. To Bruno Yemechi. Good ball into the box, but straight to goalkeeper for the Egyptian side.
Once again, Sobe has been called into action. The first shot was from Akwadan, and now Bruno Yemechi also trying to register his presence in the box. And that's to show you that I think Egypt has been very good with goalkeepers. In the past, they've had Gabaski, contributing.
Gabaski was a good one.
So there's never been an issue for Egypt or like Nigeria, where once a goalkeeper retires, you're beginning to go in search of the next goalkeeper. They've also known how to introduce these goalkeepers as a when due. I mean, now we're seeing Sobe, who is barely, I think, 25 years old of age at the moment. In the next few years, he might just be the number one for Egypt.
Yeah, could be the story for him. Sobe still very much has possession. Has held the ball for more than 10 seconds now inside the Egyptian penalty area. Nigerian players looking to press on that occasion. But you get the feeling of a disjointed nature of how the Nigerian players are playing because of the huge switch of the lineup. Players who haven't played together yet in this tournament. Dele Bashiru, Raphael Onyedika, and Samuel Chukwueze in the midfield. It's not a midfield three we've seen in this tournament. Paul Onuachu starting up front, still not up to the rhythm of the Nigerian players. But here come Egypt now. Trezeguet on the left-hand side, looking to create danger for the Egyptian side. He will drop the ball now to Shaw. Shaw now goes to the man on that far left-hand side. Good cross, headed away by Semi Ajayi, but only as far as Egypt as they regain possession with Shaw, who has it now deep inside their own half. For Nigeria and Egypt, for the first time they met was in 1963. The game finished 6-3 in favor of Egypt. How about that? Meeting in 1963, beating Nigeria by 6-3.
Wonderful. Interesting. And to think that Nigeria's first appearance in the AFCON was in 1963.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to show you that they didn't get a good welcome. Bashed, by Egypt. But Egypt, in the time they started winning this tournament, it was a time where we didn't have, these 14 teams, like a round-robin kind of tournament, where you get to, win less than how many games and you're champion. And that's also what happened with Morocco.
Yeah. Well, Raphael Onyedika, cautioned by the referee there, going in hard on one of the Egyptian midfielders. It's the man who, the Egyptian attacker, if you may, Trezeguet, has been fiery on that left-hand side, looking to create danger for Egypt going forward. We've not seen much of Mo Salah, I have to say.
Well, I think for the referee, I think so far so good. I would say he's had a good game. I mean, that tackle would have been a yellow card if it was the Ghanaian referee. I mean, with the kind of tempo of the game, the referee has just allowed the game to flow. I mean, not every call he has been able to say, I'm giving you a yellow card. Not to say that it was not a yellow card offense, but he's just allowed two sides, play the game. That's talking about Jayed. I think he's had a good game so far.
Yeah, referee Jayed from Morocco, who before this game only was in charge of 2 games coming into this third place matchup between Egypt and Nigeria. Egypt now with possession. Sohi looks to set one forward. Nicely done. Here come the Egyptians now on the right hand side. The ball is swung into the box, searching for the run of Trezeguet, but too heavy to roll out for a goal kick to the Nigerian side. Well, on that occasion the pass came from Hani, that far right hand side, looking and searching for the run of the man Mustafa Mohamed, who couldn't get to the end of it. You get the feeling that Egypt may change their guard in the attack in the second 45, bringing on Omar Mamouche, who who has also done well for Egypt in this tournament.
Yes, both coaches I think will do that when you look at how well the players they've had in the field in the first 45 have fared. For Mustafa Mohamed, he's been pushing, but he's not been able to get the crosses to to himself. So far so good. Semi Ajayi has kept him busy, kept him at bay, and then ensuring that the passes do not come to him.
All right, let's come back to the commentaries now. Nigeria looking for spaces in and around the Egyptian defense, but the ball cleared away by the man Rabia there. Rabia just clearing the line for the Egyptian side to give Nigeria an opportunity from a corner on that left-hand side. 35 minutes of football played in the third place matchup here at the Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt 0, Nigeria 0. Corner kick will come now from the left-hand side. You get the feeling that Nigeria will be searching for a good ball to Paul Onuachu, who's in the box. The cross will come now, punched away by the Egyptian goalkeeper. They will concede a throw-in this time to the right-hand side.
Fantastic save from the goalkeeper. So there, getting involved in that ball to push it out for a throw-in. It shows you that the pendulum has now swung to the front of part of Nigeria, where they are asking all the questions and hoping to get a goal maybe before the end of the 45 minutes.
Nigeria have it now with Samuel Chukwueze. Dancing feet. Switches play now to the left-hand side. Moses Simon, captain for Nigeria. 1v1 with Hani. Sends a long ball into the box. And look at that. Good header from Samuel Chukwueze. Great save from Saber. The rebound comes into the box. Nigeria scores the first goal of the third place matchup here. It's Akko Adams with a wonderful header into the back of the net. No chance for the goalkeeper as the Super Eagles of Nigeria take the lead. And look at that, the dancing bench comes to celebrate. It's Egypt 0, Nigeria 1.
Fantastic one right there. We could see how the ball came. It came into the box, and Samuel Chukwueze was involved, but the goalkeeper had to make a save, and then a rebound, crossing again to find Akko Adams, who saw the goalkeeper was still helpless, and he was able to get the ball into the net. And one would say that Samuel Chukwueze started that particular one, and then at the end of the day, Akko Adams finally scored his third goal in this competition. What a competition it has been for Akko Adams.
Fantastic goal. Nicely worked there from Samuel Chukwueze. He got the first header. The goalkeeper made a good save. I think that ball had a touch on Paul Onuachu. I think that's an Onuachu goal, if you ask me.
True.
Yeah. Akko Adams celebrating, but I think the goal will be awarded to Onuachu.
Onuachu will be telling himself, maybe I should have had time to celebrate. But it was a team effort, interestingly. But I think that goal will go to Paul Onuachu. Onuachu was just there, to also redirect the ball. Maybe the goalkeeper would have saved if Akko Adams' ball had gone through, because the goalkeeper went the other direction and where the ball went.
Well, we're still waiting for confirmation for who gets the goal. But just saw a picture in the stadium in Casablanca, a Moroccan fan waving the Nigerian flag. That really tells you the rivalry in North African football. They really don't like themselves out there.
Exactly. We see Algeria, friends with Morocco when it comes to football. We also see it play out, Egypt. I remember the journalists who came for the pre-match press conference, some of them staged a walkout, and they were not happy with what is happening. But interesting to see. It's part of football. There's always going to be this rivalry, but as long as it's healthy, it's allowed.
As long as the rivalry is healthy, it's allowed in football. Egypt players are complaining about something, maybe airball to the face of one of the defenders. The referee is not paying no attention to that. The Moroccan referee, that should be mentioned. As the man Fati, who's down on the ground, is back on his feet now. We're still waiting for confirmation who finally gets the goal. And now it's a check.
Well, I was going to ask if what's his name now? Paul Onuachu was in an offside position. It's been checked for a foul.
I think this will be chalked off. But I don't know if the ball was headed to the direction of where that defender rather was standing. But it could be chalked off. Looking at it,
and it could be a card offense.
Yeah, it could be a card offense. Paul Onuachu had no idea about it. He's a tall player, so the height difference is also there for consideration. What will the Moroccan referee do here? Wait for confirmation as he walks out of that VAR area.
I think it's
he doesn't want anybody to stand close to him. The check.
No goal.
No goal given. So that's foul and yellow card to Paul Onuachu.
But for me, well, it's quite. I don't know how to explain it now.
Yeah.
But Paul Onuachu, it's not his fault. He's so tall.
Yeah, he's a top player. There's nothing he could do there.
Before he went up, though, he was probably close to the height of.
I don't think that this should be a yellow card offense. He had no business. He had no idea the player was behind him.
But still, the game is the game.
Yeah, hand to the face. I can understand.
And will be a sad one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But they will have to now review the game. Now they've gotten to the roof, and now we're getting to see that they start, building from scratch, molding the blocks again, and see if they can get a goal.
Well, the goal has been chopped off. We've played 40 minutes on the clock out there at the Casablanca Stadium. Egypt have the lion's share of possession, 59% compared to Nigeria, who have struggled to keep the ball in possession, but they've created more danger and they've scored one goal, but chopped off, hand to the face. I wonder what you make of it. If you're watching the game from any part of the world, I wonder what you make of that. Do you agree with the referee's decision to chop off the goal and give a yellow card to Paul Onuachu, who had no idea that Fati was behind him? But the rule says hand to the face. There's always a yellow card. There's always a yellow card to be brandished, and I think that's the reason why the man was given a yellow card. That's Calvin Bassey for the Nigerian side, because he had a hand to the face of Brian Diaz. Many would have said that it was being pulled back by Brian Diaz before the hand touched the face. But like I said, it's maybe an unfair football rule that no matter how the situation is presented, if it's knowingly or unknowingly, if your hand touches another player's face, there's always a foul call for that. So that's what we have to deal with.
That's what we have to do with, actually. When you look at football, football is a game where your body moves, but some of the calls have been, to infringe the game. I mean, when you see a player raise his hands, there's always tendency, trying to get advantage over the persons behind you. Some players have also gone on to do it intentionally in the game. We've also seen a series of, calls. Some have even resorted to red card. It depends on the severity of, the action there. But for Paul Onuachu, he'll further slow his game, knowing fully well that he's just been silent until that particular action. So I'm thinking that Eric Chell might start, looking forward to other options.
Well, maybe early substitutions in the second 45. They know what's at stake. That's the Nigerian players. As we're seeing pictures of some Senegalese fans and some Moroccan fans who have made their way to watch the third place matchup. It's a good view when you're watching on TV. You can see lots of fans in that stadium, so it's good to have that happen. And many have also talked about the fact that it would be nice to have North African teams get to the latter stages of this tournament, and we've seen one in the third place match and one in the final. So we're going to see a packed full final. Imagine if it was Senegal playing against Nigeria, the stadium may be empty.
Well, true, especially when the host nation have been knocked out of the competition. We saw, I'm actually scared for Paul Onuachu.
Yeah, Onuachu should be careful there. He brought down the man, the defender for Egypt. Yeah, they may be baiting him to go into a hard tackle and
But this is the the opposite direction in the sense that Fati had the ball, Onuachu was chasing the ball, and the way he went about it, that would have been a yellow card offense. But I think the referee is just saying, I've just given you a yellow card, you have to be very careful. Eric Chell has to make a decision very, very fast. Onuachu wants to impress, I understand, but you have to be careful against these North Africans.
All right, have to be careful because the North Africans can make things happen. Well, who takes bronze medal? That's one of the questions that we asked during the course of the broadcast. Here come Nigeria now with a chance. Akwa Adam 4-on-1 with the goalkeeper. But on that occasion, I think he's offside. And you can see the disappointment from Akwa Adam with a chance to give Nigeria the first goal of this game and the lead in this one. We asked this question. We made a poll, asking who takes bronze at the Africa Cup of Nations 2025. and we had 257 votes total. And guess what? 91% of you are picking the Super Eagles of Nigeria to take bronze medal, and just 9% are going the Egyptian way. I wonder who those 9% of people
where are they from? Let's consult the gods.
Let's touch on the oracles. Let's see what's happening. 9% of you are saying that Egypt will win bronze, and 91% are saying that Nigeria will be crowned the third bronze medalist and bronze winners for this game in the third place matchup. Well, Nigeria put the ball once in the back of the net, so who knows? That could be stirring something up. Here come the Nigerian side now with a chance to go forward. Onyedika will be brought to ground there. Rash challenge coming from, I think, Trezeguet, if I'm not mistaken, on that right-hand side of the Egyptian defense.
We can see Victor Osimhen right there, trying to, talk to his teammates about the tackles that have been flying. Also, Calvin Bassey from the stands.
Well, that looks like a yellow card to me. That's Mustafa Mohamed who went into that challenge.
And to think that Rafa Onyedika is laughing, because trying to say, Mustafa Mohamed, you've been clamoring for yellow cards to be given to my teammate. Look at you here. You've just hacked me down, and life. What do we call it?
All right, here come Nigeria now with a chance on the left-hand side. Akwa Adams tries to beat his marker there, loses possession to the Egyptians, who would come away with it on the right-hand side. But, well, we've seen that. Yellow card from the Moroccan referee, shown to Moses Simon, the captain of the Nigerian side. And you can see Dele Bashiru just going hard on an Egyptian player. Well, he stopped him in his tracks. I don't know about that being a yellow card, but the referee deemed that fit to be a yellow card.
Yeah, so the camera angle actually. When you look at it from the other direction, Salah was already through on goal. He had beaten Moses Simon, and Moses Simon had to use his body to obstruct him and pull him back. That is a yellow card offense. I think Moses Simon took one for the team. Bruno Yevich was nowhere to be found. If Salah had gone through, that's the Salah moment. Always wanting to be in front of the goalkeeper and then finish that particular one.
All right, with the numbers flashed on your screen, we're 4 minutes away from half-time. The corner will come from the free kick, rather, will come from the right-hand side for the Egyptians as they put a ball into the box, headed away by Rafael Onyedika. Should that goal have been cancelled? Do you think that the referee should have cancelled that goal, looking at how Paul Onuachu didn't even know that Fati was behind him? With an accidental touch to the Egyptian defender's face. The pole will be set up, and I would love to see. You can tell me that on the live chat if you're currently watching and you're following our commentary here on vivxsports. Do you think that goal was correctly or rightly chopped off after a foul on Paul Onuachu? Nigeria have it now inside the midfield. Semi Ajayi won it, but referee deemed that to be a foul on the player Ashore for the Egyptians.
Well, I think Nigerian players have to be cautious. They're giving room for the referee to make decisions. I mean, with the tackles, with the how they've been able to go into the tackles. I think they should be careful. We have 2 yellow cards already. Paul Onuachu is on a yellow. Moses Simon is on a yellow. These are forwards who, especially for Moses Simon, who will support Bruno Yemechi. It means that any moment from now there'll be more pressure on the defense of Nigeria.
All right, 4 minutes added. We've played 2 of those 4 minutes added, so we have barely 2 more minutes of football to be played before halftime out there in Casablanca. Africa Cup of Nations third place matchup between Nigeria and Egypt. Goal chopped off as the referee was looking at the foul from Paul Onuachu on Fati, the defender for Egypt. I don't know. I think the goal should have just been left alone. Personally speaking, I don't know if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, you can drop it on the live chat right here on vivxsports YouTube live stream. I'll be taking your comments. What do you make of the goal, Finger?
Well, it's painful when you don't get the goal. But I think the build up to the goal, the referee, I think he made a good decision. I mean, when you look at how the build up to that goal, Onuachu was also involved. I mean, it was the one the ball touched. The player Yes, before he left, he moved up from the ground. He was coming from the ground, so it showed that the player was also at that particular level. And before the ball even came, he had even given that. So I think that's what the referee looked at to chalk it up. But I'm also looking at Rafael Oyedeka's tackle. The referee has given 2 yellow cards to Nigeria, but that tackle on Rafael Oyedeka
should have been a yellow card.
Should have been a yellow card. And I don't know if it's becoming. It's different from what we saw in the first few minutes. I praised the referee. But right now, I don't know what I'm going to say next.
All right, Egypt have it now deep inside their own half. They will come forward now, looking for the run of Captain Mo Salah. Nicely done by Bruno Yemechi. We have to commend Bruno Yemechi for what he has done so far in this tournament. He held his own against Brahim Diaz. He did a wonderful job against Riyad Mahrez, and now he's silencing Mo Salah.
I think after this tournament, Bruno Yemechi should just create a collage. I mean, all the players he has faced, just go it in your room and say, okay, this one tick, this one tick, because he has been able to come up against the very best in Africa, and he has not done badly.
Wonderful one. The Nigerian left back, who didn't play the first game, Zaidu Sanusi, was responsible for starting that first game. And since the second game, Bruno Yemechi has done a wonderful job for the Nigerian side. But we've reached half-time out there in the city of Casablanca. The last passage of play went in favor of the Nigerian side, but the goal that the Nigerian side scored in the 36th minute was chalked off. A foul on Paul Nacho on the man Fati. But we've reached half-time. But now it's time to take your calls. We'll be here to take lots of calls this wonderful evening here in Nigeria. We're getting a call from Michigan. All right, hello.
Yeah, good day. Yeah.
Hello.
They're going to win. I want them to bring up the strong and more attacking. Thank you.
All right, please do well to call us back right here this wonderful evening. We'll be here to take your calls. Please take the numbers from the ones flashed right across your screen. Call us up right now. Let's hear from you. I want to feel your pulse on this game. And look at that, Favor. It's a wonderful stadium with wonderful fans in the stadium here this wonderful evening, witnessing the game, the third place matchup between Nigeria and Egypt. We've reached halftime. What's your take on the first 45?
All right, first 45 with different shades of game from the two sides, from Nigeria and from Egypt. We saw Nigeria push the game to Egypt at a point in time. It was Egypt also asking the questions. Tackles are flying. We've seen Salah being kept quiet in the game. That's one important thing so far. Kudos to the Nigerian wingers and defenders in that team. We've also seen flashes from likes of Akko Adams. He's been able to get in his own. Also crosses from Chukwueze. It's been not been the very best of first half for both of the teams. We know how they can also do when it comes to attack. And Nigeria and for Egypt also, I think it's a half where we need to also look at the bravery of the goalkeepers in action. For instance, Sober made some good saves in the first half. Stanley Wabali caught into action to also try to curtail the attack from the Egyptians. I think for the defense, Semi Ajayi also have been able to hold his own, even in the absence of Calvin Bassey, who we know is the marshal in the defense. Igor Obo has not also done badly. So these are some of the things we'll pick up from the first half, first 45 minutes, and it's all to play for in the second half, especially looking at the star-studded bench of Nigeria and of course for Egypt.
Look at the beautiful city of Casablanca. Just looking at that one out there, the landscape. It's just one was magnificent.
Beautiful. I mean, when you look at Casablanca, I think I'm not surprised why we have some outlets in Nigeria being named Casablanca. I mean, there's a Casablanca in different parts. So it shows that it's a city where the view is magnificent. You can see the high-rise building, the stadium where it's being put. No wonder Morocco is a tourist destination and where a lot of persons want to just go and unwind and see the beautiful, handmaid of God.
All right, what do you make of the first 45 minutes out there? Nigeria 0, Egypt 0 for the third place matchup. I want to feel your pulse right about now. Like I said, the numbers are flashed through on your screen. Please give us a call. I'll be here to take lots of calls and lots of messages on WhatsApp. The numbers are +23481 361 97658. All right, give me a call right about now. I want to feel your pulse. I want you to talk to me about the game so far. The Nigerian side have seen one goal into the back of the net, but it was chalked off for a foul on an Egyptian player. And we'd like to talk about the semi-final game that we saw Nigeria played against Morocco, the referee decisions in that game, and also your expectations for the final tomorrow in the Africa Cup of Nations finals that will go down in the city of Rabat out there, where Morocco will play against Senegal. It's still very much vivxsports here. We'll go on a short time out. When we come back, we'll be opening up the phone lines. We'll be taking your messages online on our YouTube live stream, and we'll also get to talk about the second 45 for these two sides. Stick around, don't go nowhere.
To win yet again another bronze medal, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have returned to their final training ahead of the game against Egypt. Both continental powerhouses, with 10 AFCON titles between them, arrived in the Kingdom of Morocco last year with determination to win another AFCON title. However, the campaign was started at the semi-final stage, with the Pharaohs upended by the Lions of Terenga in Tangier and the Super Eagles peeped in a penalty shootout in Rabat. While Egypt's legend Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's star boy Victor Osimhen continue to rule the absence of the AFCON gold medal in their collection, Saturday's confrontation provides the opportunity for a consolation prize in African football's flagship championship. 54 footballers were live at the final training session of the Super Eagles. 5 p.m. tomorrow, kickoff of what promises to be an exciting game at the Stade Mohamed V Stadium in Casablanca.
But this referee play on scripts, I understand. Because you just guys say they couldn't get for Nigeria next thing, and now giving everybody the side of these guys.
Good luck. Samuel, 1 minute. Chukwueze.
You will be.
End up, guys.
Osimhen, please come. Osimhen. Mwabali.
Let me ginger for a bit because, I mean, this is the third place match. We have to win bronze. You can see some Nigerian fans in the stadium, you know, just jumping for joy and enjoying themselves. So, more ginger, Simona, more ginger. Because, bro, let's say this match done just the go left, the go right. I mean, it started well. You know, you thought that it was going to be one exciting game. I mean, I'm seeing some very popular known faces, but it started like a house on fire. But then the steam of the game reduced a bit. Egypt started coming in, and then the Nigerian side also, you know, regained their authority on the game before the halftime whistle. And it feels like it's a frenzy out there in Casablanca. Everybody having fun, enjoying themselves. And I thought to myself, we should enjoy ourselves in the stadium, in the studio too.
I tell you, I mean, when you look at, you know, what the Moroccans have been able to put in place. I mean, we saw Lubumba. I mean, in the last another person trying to emulate. I think it has given us different feel. And if you can have music in the stadium, who says we can't even enjoy ourselves right here? I mean, it's goalless. Doesn't mean things might not change. I mean, in as much as we're also looking forward to a golden bronze, let's see how it goes. But interesting time ahead. Maybe we need to shake some shekel and bells again for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because they need this vibe, they need this ginger. I mean, to be able to get past the Egyptians. And there is this popular quote that someone sent from YouTube.
Okay.
Egyptian is today.
The Egyptian is today, see them no more. Thank you so much, Olajumoke, for that comment on YouTube. Please keep the comments coming in the live stream. And please, if you're joining us for the first time, and you're just seeing our faces for the first time, that means you've not done one thing for us. Please click on the subscribe button as we look to grow vivxsports to bring you lots of exciting moments in African sports right here from the city of Lagos. It's Egypt 0, Nigeria 0, third place matchup out there in the Africa Cup of Nations, as we're seeing pictures from the fans in Casablanca having a wonderful time. Some Moroccan fans there, some Nigerian fans, some DR Congo fans, and good Nigerian representation out there. I mean, after that disappointing semi-final penalty loss, you can still see some Nigerian fans enjoying themselves in the stadium.
Anywhere you go to in the world, if you don't find a Nigerian, then you should ask yourself, are you in the right place? Of course, Nigerians, we know how to turn up when we want to turn up, especially in different parts of the world. And think that,
you know, this TikToker guy has made himself popular in the AFCON. He's gone to majorly all the stadiums and he has performed well. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
He also has Nigerian roots, so which makes sense.
You know, I mean, when you go out there, you see a Nigerian. A lot of countries also identify with with Nigeria, the jersey, the heritage. I think there's one thing that we've been able to do for ourselves is to get more of the supportership, and we'll be getting it in first for Moroccans until we play the Moroccan national team. So that's the one thing I think Nigeria can do for the persons, these guys out there in the stadium, and those that have traveled all the way from Nigeria, is to just finish the tournament on a high and come back with a bronze medal. But I also love the fact that CAF has continuously fused entertainment and football. I mean, it's beautiful to see.
And it almost feels like we're having a halftime show out there.
And there was this signature of this club.
That's
from Cote d'Ivoire.
From Cote d'Ivoire.
I mean, so a lot of persons know the dance, and I think that's also very, very good. We've also had legends in the past with music, Magic System, giving us the tune of AFCON, giving us the African vibes. Of course, our own artists in Nigeria, maybe Aladdin, Davido, and the like. So it's interesting to note that football and music have come to stay.
All right, football and music have come to stay. It's a perfect fusion of what we know. Football and music is something that brings. Come on. Wonderful to see Nigerians out there supporting the Super Eagles of Nigeria after that disappointing semi-final exit of the Africa Cup of Nations. But yes, we're getting set for the second 45, and we're all excited. We're gingered for the second 45, and hopefully the Super Eagles of Nigeria come in hard for the second half to give the Nigerian side at least something to smile for before the end of this tournament. Shell hasn't lost a competitive game so far for the national team. He has now been with the team for a year now. What's your assessment of the man so far?
Well, competitive game in 90 minutes, right?
In 90 minutes, yes. Let's not add
let's
DR Congo and Morocco.
And all those things.
Yeah, let's just leave it at 90 minutes. Yeah.
Well, for Eric Chell, with due respect to him, he has done well so far. I mean, he started like a man who is still yet to find his rhythm and balance. He kept on trying the diamond formation, tried it, and I think finally it worked out for him in this competition. He's been able to also get his kind of players what he wants to achieve, and it brought him results. Even though some have said that, you know, it's not about playing good football, it's about results. But we also need to understand that, you know, the coaches in the past, some again like Genotro was given quite over 5 years to stabilize the ship, and he was able to, in the 5 years he stayed, he was able to bring bronze and did not even give us, you know, the AFCON trophy. So I think for Chell, it's now time for him to take a step further. I mean, we've seen quite a number of players that he has been able to use at his disposal. Yes, the results, I'm still of the opinion that maybe he gets more time to, you know, tinker the ship, push on maybe till the next AFCON in 2027. After that, you can begin to call for his head if he does not give you the results. But this, so far so good. Nigerians, I mean, this is the first time in a while that Nigerians will lose. Nigeria will lose a game, and there's no. The passion is not like it's not there, but it's not. Oh, you guys didn't play well. It was a case of
played well.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
So that's what I've noticed, you know, from this particular Nigerian side. Every game was exciting to watch, and they also brought in more persons who are passive about Nigerian football into our footballing system.
All right, wonderful one. Well, we asked the question on our YouTube live stream: was the foul by Paul Onuachu? Was that a foul by Paul Onuachu? And should have the goal been given to the Nigerian side or cancelled? And guess what? We had the majority number saying no. 49% of you out there in the YouTube live stream are saying that no, that goal should have stood for the Nigerian side, and some are saying yes, it was a correct decision from the referee. 41% are saying yes, the referee did a good job by knocking off the goal for the Nigerian side, and 59% of you are saying no, that should have been a goal for Nigeria, and that's not a foul by Paul Onuachu. So yeah, there you have it. Still, you know, opinions differ when it comes to things like this. But we're seeing a substitution at halftime, and rightly so. Ademola Lookman, one of the star players for the Nigerian side, making his way. We'll wait for confirmation of who's taken off in that one. I saw one sharp Nigerian guy was doing something very sleek. The way he was moving to one Moroccan girl in that stadium, that guy is a bad guy. The guy was moving very sharp. But I mean, it's Nigerians. We like to win on every aspect of life.
So that in the next, maybe in the next 20 years, we'll have someone from Morocco and play for Nigeria.
Nigerian Moroccan.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic. Yes, that makes sense. Anyway, second 45 just on the way. But before we get back to commentaries here on vivxsports, let me come to you, Favour. Second half, your expectations, and who do you see winning this game?
Well, I'm expecting a firework. The first half was a child's play for me. Both teams trying to, you know, size themselves. Now it's time for business, and that's why, you know, Eric Sekochel has decided to pull off Onuachu for Ademola Lookman.
Here comes Nigeria now with a chance. Great save from the goalkeeper with a chance now. Ademola Lookman offside. Offside, says the referee. And we have to wait for confirmation here as the referee tries to slow things down. But that was a wonderful header, just right into the second 45. The first pass came in. Adams is just slightly offside. But it was a good save from the goalkeeper. I think the header from Lookman was, if Adams was onside, that would have been a goal for Nigeria. But Adams was just slightly offside. And the game remains 0-0. Nigeria put the ball in the back of the net twice now. But the game is Egypt 0, Nigeria 0, 46, or make that 47 minutes of football played, second 45, and wow, that would have been one hell of a start.
One hell of a start, and instant impact from Ademola Lookman, who was involved in that one. I mean, it shows you that the second half, like I said, is business all the way. Both sides have, maybe Nigeria have told themselves that, you know, it's time to get the goals, it's time to start playing, forget about what happened in the first half. And right now we have two forwards who will be doing that, Akwa Adams and Lookman. They've now moved on to the 4-4-2 kind of formation, where we have more of Simon and Chukwueze supporting the duo of Onyeka, Raphael Onyedika, and of course Fisayo Dele Bashiru.
All right, the goal was quickly chopped off. Referee spotted that offside, and you have to say good job from the linesman on that far right hand side, because he looked at the run of Akwa Adams, who was slightly offside there, just ahead of Fati, the last defender for Egypt. Here come Nigeria now with another chance to go forward on that right hand side. Well, just to confirm to you, Paul Onuachu was taken off for Ademola Lookman. Lookman, a chance now, go forward, but goalkeeper will come out. You can see the injection of pace from Lookman into the Nigerian side just after half-time.
Yes, of course, and I think that for the coach, he spotted that Paul Onuachu was probably making the game slow. The passes were not so quick to his side and to his side. And I will still say it, I don't think we've been able to find a way to play with Paul Onuachu as the centre forward. Nigerians, especially our fast wingers, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, and most recently Akwa Adams, it's always nice to have these quick passes, and that's how you can cage these Egyptians, because they seem to like the slow game that Nigeria played in the first half.
All right, Ademola Lookman with another chance, this time looking to switch play and pick out the man on that left hand side. Unsuccessful on that occasion. Nigeria would give away another free kick. Zizou is the man. Bruno Yemechi bringing Zizou down inside the midfield. Salah have gone quiet, if you ask me.
Well, for Mohamed Salah in this competition, some would also wonder how he has been able to score these goals. I think for him, it's more of his experience coming to bear. He's not been, super active in the games he has played. It's been a quiet time, waiting for the moment to just, register his name on goal. And in this game so far, Nigerian, the defenders and the midfielders have been able to hold Salah.
This has quite been a wonderful start to the second half for Nigeria, with Ademola Lookman injecting so much pace to the Nigerian attack. Nigeria playing for the second 45 from right to left, and Egypt will play from left to right. Here come Nigeria now. Ogu to Bruno Yemechi on the left hand side, sends the ball forward, headed away by Fatih. Chance now, Dele Bashiru straight to the goalkeeper. Good save.
Another save from Sobe right there off the boots of Raphael Onyedika. He's gotten 2 goals already in this competition. In the last game against Uganda, he's probably looking forward to add more to his name. His game keeps improving by the day. Yes, he had a heavy start against Morocco, but I think he has probably picked up his lessons, and he's been doing so well so far in this game.
It was a massive chance for Nigeria with Raphael Onyedika. It could only shoot straight to the goalkeeper and go for Egypt, Sabir. But we've seen the ball picked out of his net twice. Here come Nigeria. Ademola Lookman finds the run of Moses Simon, who tries a shot from way out, or straight to the goalkeeper once again.
Right, another shot on target, another good save from Subel. I think it's time for Nigeria to try another means to attack, or to score, because it shows that when it comes to long-range shots, there is no one who will be troubled by these shots of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So maybe a link-up play and then crosses into the box, that might also produce another goal, just like we've seen in the first 2 goals that were chalked up by the referee.
This certainly so has been a wonderful 10th meeting in the African Cup of Nations between Nigeria and Egypt. The referee just trying to calm things down. Also in the pick of things there is the man Hani, who brought down Moses Simon, captain for Nigeria in this game. He was shown a yellow card in the first 45 by the centre referee Jayed. Nigeria now have it deep inside their own half. Ubu finds The run of Samuel Chukwueze, who drops it for Fisayo Dele Bashiru. Rafael Onyedika now to Ogbu. Ogbu comes to the left hand side to Bruno Yimichi, who goes back to Igor Ogbu, who has it now for Nigeria. The pass now will go to the midfield. Chukwueze. Semi Ajayi has it now deep inside Nigeria's half. Who would switch play to pick out Bruno Yimichi. Nice pass to Captain Moses Simon, looking to beat his man for a raw pace there. He does a good job to try and beat his marker, but referee would call that back for a foul. Moses Simon cannot understand why he's given that as a foul, but the referee will judge that run there. Just looking at that again on
Well, I don't think Moses
that's a foul.
Simon touched him.
Yeah.
He ran in front of Moses Simon, but Moses Simon did not even have any contact with him. But the referee ruled for a foul, and this is one of the calls that makes some fans agitated and wondering what did you all go wrong. Football is a contact sport. It's not a sport where you don't touch yourselves and then just decide to play football. But I like the energy so far so good that the Super Eagles of Nigeria brought into the second half. They've been able to push the Egyptians backwards, and you can see that they are playing their ball with caution because they know that they have fast wingers who can also help them.
53 minutes of football played in the second 45. Nigeria still very much playing a new scoreline with Egypt out there, the city of Casablanca in Morocco, the 2025 bronze medal matchup, losing semi-finalists in this final game. It's Nigeria's final game of the AFCON, and it's Egypt's final game of the AFCON. Onyedika, forward pass to Akpo Adams, a chance now. Goalkeeper Sabel comes out to clear his line. And he's doing a super keeper job. The goalkeeper is doing a wonderful job for Egypt in this game.
No doubt Egypt, like I said before, Egypt have always produced good goalkeepers, and to see that the young man is really giving much confidence to even the defense of the Egyptians. He came off his line to prevent Akpo Adams from getting to that ball. That's brave from him, and we'll be probably seeing more of that from the young goalkeeper.
Young goalkeeper who's 25 years of age. Second choice to Mohamed Oshanawi. Here come Egypt now with their own chance. Brilliant defensive awareness from Semi Ajayi and Bright Osai Summer to give goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali the chance to clear for Nigeria. But the danger is not averted now. Here come Mo Salah on the right hand side. Looks to thread one through. Blocked on that occasion there by the Nigerian defense. Dele Bashiru. Rafael Onyedika on pass, searching for the run of Moses Simon. Nigeria now looking forward on the left hand side. Good ball into the box, blocked by the man Saiba. Referee continues play. Egypt come forward. They have a chance now. Mustafa Mohamed drops the pass to Ashaw in the center circle. He goes to the left hand side and finds the man who plays from that right hand side. Nil-nil, still the scoreline. Egypt and Nigeria searching for the first goal of this game. Third place matchup. Zizou. Salah just to be offside on that occasion as Nigeria would regain possession.
I think this is the point where the Nigerian players will have to start creating more chances and converting their chance, because when the game grows into maybe the 70th minute, it's a time where both players, both teams will be very, very cautious of what can happen. Now that the team is holding possession, it's time for them to go and attack and get the goals.
Here come Bright Osai Salma on the right hand side, but that occasion was the man Sobi who cleared his line for a throw into Nigeria. We'll take it quickly to Samuel Chukwueze. Mistimed touch there from Samuel Chukwueze as Egypt will come forward now. Ashaw drops it now for Mustafa Mohamed, who was looking for a long ball forward, searching for the run of Mo Salah. Salah loses possession. Here come Nigeria now, forward ball, but that one too heavy. That will go out for a throw into the Egyptians. It was Dele Bashiru who was looking to play the pass with his outside of his right foot, searching for the run of Moses Simon and Akpo Adams up front for Nigeria, but that ball too heavy. out for a goal kick. Don't forget, you can call us up right about now on vivxsports YouTube live stream this wonderful evening. We're in the city of Lagos. You can call us wherever you are in the world. From the US, Canada, Mexico. Here come Nigeria now with a chance. And the man beats one, beats two. But just couldn't sort out his feet as Nigeria concede another huge opportunity. And you can see it's a case of communication between Moses Simon and Ademola Lookman.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that communication problem. Ademola Lookman wanted to shoot, and then he saw Moses Simon just by his side and decided to leave it for him. But Moses Simon was quite some inches away from the ball. And Ademola Lookman was wondering, you were just asking me of the ball and you were close to the ball. What happened? I think it goes on to show that, we still need to work on that. See communication issues in the last few weeks for the Nigerian
Do you think it's the case of, some of these players being in-it boys and some of the others not in-it boys? Sometimes they could say something and some of these other players may not pick it as quickly as expected, on the field of play, because Ademola Lookman is one of the in-it boys, and Moses Simon, we know him to be, a very own Nigerian who grew up here, played football here, and also played in the NPFL. So, do you think that communication sometimes could be the problem of the in-it boys?
Well,
because we've seen him, the in-it boys,
learning the language of the Ibile. Allow this kind of conversations, and you see Calvin Bassey sometimes, even Iwobi, he speaks, the Nigerian
Iwobi was saying
English.
something this morning, when they were having their breakfast, and I was shocked. I was like, who's teaching Iwobi all of this?
So I think these guys know, the football mantra in Nigeria, what we say when we play football, allow man on you. These are some things I think they would have learned in the past. And to think that, Lookman has been in the squad for the past 5 years. Moses Simon also has been there for long, so it shouldn't be a problem. And I expect that Moses Simon, who is more experienced in terms of number of years he has played, should know that he had to be close to the ball. Maybe he was also scared for an offside.
Yeah, maybe. Stanley Wabali, pedestrian in this game. He hasn't had anything to do, no shots saved, nothing. He just enjoying himself.
I say right now, Stanley Wabali don't go amok for PH. Right now he's on a holiday. He's not had much to do in this game. And thanks to the play of the Super Eagles from the defense to the midfield to the attack, they've also allowed him, rest. But it's time to convert, because when it comes to the end of the game, we know how it's going to be. And that's the time where Nigerians will say it could be any man's game.
Could be any man's game. We've not had luck with penalty recently. We lost to DR Congo in the World Cup playoffs, where some huge news may be coming out in the coming weeks of whether Nigeria would go to the World Cup from DR Congo being disqualified for fielding ineligible players to play in their World Cup qualifying games. We're waiting for the verdict from the investigation ongoing right now from CAF and FIFA. But before that, Nigeria also played another penalty shootout against Morocco, and we saw how that ended. Here comes Zizou. Egypt now with a chance, drops it now for a shot. He looks to drop his shoulder to let one fly too heavy off target.
Off target, our shot tries to be ambitious, tries a shot from close range, but that will go way wide, and he will probably be asking himself what he could do better to direct his shot at goal.
Great sunshine evening out there in the city of Casablanca. Good weather for football. Not the hottest or not the coldest of cities out there in Morocco. Unlike Fez, players and fans and journalists were complaining about the freezing conditions out there in the city of Fez. This is a bit different in Casablanca.
Well, the weather, we are humans, and we will not always be satisfied. I remember in Cote d'Ivoire it was 30 degrees, 32 degrees Celsius, and you could see journalists, fans complaining of the heat. And now you've been taken to a region where it's cold, and we're hearing that someone will carry the heat to Morocco. At the end of the day, human being wants it's a table.
61 minutes on the clock. Morocco have made two changes. Mohamed Saber came on for the man Trezeguet. We also saw Zizou coming off for Omar Mamouche. So attacking substitutions. We've seen a total of 4 shots apiece for Nigeria and Egypt in this game. No goals recorded yet. Nigeria have had to put the ball twice in the back of the net. But it's Egypt. We've had the referee chop one off for a foul on Fati, and then the other one was chopped off because of an offside call against Akko Adams. Egypt come forward now on the left hand side with Bright Osai Samuel does a wonderful job. Well, that's Sami Ajayi, who's keeping tabs of the new boy, Omar Mamouche, who came on for the Egyptian side. Mohamed Mustafa threads the ball out to Omar Mamouche, was looking to send one into the box, and look at that for a wonderful play from Bright Osai Samuel to make sure that he keeps the ball out for a throw-in rather than a corner. And it doesn't look good for the man. He's stretched out something, saving that ball.
Yes, Bright Osai Samuel must have injured his leg while trying to go to prevent the ball from going to a corner rather than throwing. I mean, he stretched and he did a good job. Yes, he did. I mean, kudos to him, and he must have stretched his hamstring right there, and he has also called for his substitution in this game. That means that Coach Eric Chell would have to start thinking of what to do. Maybe a Ryan and a Bioshu who is back into the team. But for Bright Osai Samuel, trust me, he deserves a rise in his game.
Wonderful player who has done so well for the Nigerian side. And well, still down on the ground, requiring and needing medical assistance from the Nigerian medical team. I think he pulled something while going for that sliding save.
I think it's hamstring.
Yeah. Ryan Alebioshu amongst the other players like Chidera Ejuke, who could come on. You could see some switch information. Okay.
Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi. Now popularly known as Iwobiho to many Nigerians.
Well,
for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, and Iwo Kocha. I mean, he's one man who has been able to spread the passes, the engine room, is the missing link in the midfield. And if what I'm thinking is correct, if he's going to replace Bright Osai Samuel, it means we probably might result into, I don't know, maybe a 3-man defense, whatever the case may be. But I also think that Richard will make another substitution for Bright Osai Samuel.
Well, it seems to be okay. Bright Osai Samuel back on his feet now. He's signaling the referee that he wants to continue. So maybe that midfield change of Iwobi would be for Raphael Onyedika or Dele Bashiru for the Nigerian side. Stanley Nwabali now will spread play to Bruno Yimechi, who heads it down for Moses Simon. Nicely done. Picks out the run of the man, Raphael Onyedika. Here come Nigeria now with Chukwueze on the left-hand side. The pass now for Osai Samuel. Looks to put one across the face of goal, but Akwa Adams struggling there to control. As Egypt will come away with it now on the left-hand side. Omar Mamouche has also tried to inject some pace to the Egyptians. Mohamed Sabah now to the right-hand side to Mohamed Salah. One-on-one now with Bruno Imechi. He looks to switch play, looking for the one of Mamouche, but Chukwueze will do a wonderful job there of stopping Mamouche and winning a free kick for the Nigerian side, just deep inside their own half.
Yes, Omar Mamouche has registered his presence already with his kind of play and game. He's been trying to get behind the defense of Nigeria, and you can see how he's smiling, knowing that I'm here, I want to do something, and also giving an opportunity for Nigeria to have a free kick, and not just be the end of.
Alright, Osai Samuel had a cross into the box for his last piece of action in this game. Has been taken off for Alex Iwobi. So what this means is we may see a weird change, and we may be seeing Akwa Adams play as a right back for Nigeria, depending on what the instruction from Eric Sher would be for the Nigerian team. Okay, so Akwa Adams goes to right back. You can already see him in that position.
Well, I'm also thinking that what we might be in the next few minutes might be a 3-man defense. Wing back to Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze. Bobby goes to the midfield. That might also play out because, of course, you can see Sami Ajayi now going straight to the right. So 3-man defense.
3-man defense with Obu as Ajayi and maybe one of
Bruno Yimechi
or Dele Bashiru. Dele Bashiru is now deep inside the midfield.
So wing backs. Yeah. Then more like what Jose Pesero was playing at the last AFCON.
All right, that makes sense. Here come Moses Simon on the left-hand side, tries to beat his marker. He's brought to ground. Referee says free kick. Good position for the Nigerian side. Looking for a yellow card too, but Fatih would go I don't know. The referee is not listening to anything that Moses Simon is saying. No foul whatsoever.
I beg my ref. I don't try. Give my yellow card now. Can't want break my leg. But I mean, you can also see that the agitation from the bench. Even Osimhen, who is one of the captains of the side, is not happy with that challenge on Moses Simon. I think also for Richel, I mean, it's shown how well he rates the Egypt team for you to have the courage to take off Osai Samuel and bring in a midfielder. It shows you that he has read this game, and this game is a game that Nigeria can actually win with what we've seen in the last few minutes.
A wonderful one. Daring substitution, if you may, from the manager. He has had to switch up things for the Nigerian side. The cross will come now from Chukwueze. It gets to the head of one of the defenders for Egypt as they look to clear their line further down the area. Ashaw with a chance now, sends the ball to the left-hand side. They've lost possession. Here come Nigeria now, inside the half of the Egyptians. The ball is sent to the right-hand side. Rafael Onyedika looks to beat his marker, but unsuccessful in that attempt to do that. As Egypt come away with it now on the left-hand side. Sobi sends a long ball, searching for the run, but Obu would send a back pass to goalkeeper. I think it was offside. That's the man.
Yeah, offside call.
Offside call, because it was surprising to me why Stanley Nwabali picked that up with his hand. Yeah, just looking at that, maybe that could have been checked. If he went all the way to score, I mean, the player on this far side, exactly, may have been keeping it onside. But Iwobi is on the pitch, so you expect those intricate passing from the midfield to split the defense of the Egyptian side. They have the most touches in the last 2 minutes of the game for Nigeria. Here they come now. Onyedika. Dele Bashiru has it now on the right-hand side. Looks to probe forward. Drops it now for Chukwueze, who has a chance. Chukwueze sends a delightful ball into the box. Dele Bashiru hits his marker. It still has possession. Alex Iwobi will send one into the box, cleared away by the Egyptian defenders. Nigeria up in the ante here, playing differently than they did. Maybe the introduction of Alex Iwobi just bringing some good spies for the Nigerian side. Bruno Imechi finds Igor Obu. Now to Iwobi. Ademola Lookman has it, drops it back for Alex Iwobi. Now to Bruno Imechi on the left-hand side. A chance now for Nigeria. On that far side, Alex Iwobi looks to give a quick give and go with Moses Simon, but it was blocked there on that occasion by the man Fati, out for a throw into the Nigerian side.
And you can see that the fans are, looking forward to goals in the game. They've been quiet all, around the Casablanca Stadium. But it's been Nigeria asking most of the questions with their passes, with their, attacks, and but also they need to also be careful because counter-attack is also one thing the Egyptians are good at, especially with Mohamed Salah, who can also run through. So, but it's been, Nigerian all the way applying the pressure.
Yeah. Not just Salah, but Mahmoud too is a very good attacking player. And just looking at that again on replay, I think that maybe Fati would have seen a yellow card in this game already.
Exactly. I mean, this is the second time.
Lots of tackles and no yellow cards yet for the man.
We begin to question the kind of officiating. We're not saying penalties or no penalties. We're saying if there are tackles flying left and center, no caution. You're telling the player keep doing what he's doing. I mean, the last 5 minutes, back-to-back tackles on Moses Simon from the player Fati, and I think it's high time the referee, stops this.
All right, here come Egypt now with a chance of their own, searching for Mo Salah. Long pass headed away by Igor Obu, who did well to clear Nigeria's blushes on that occasion. And just to let you know that Victor Osimhen's Galatasaray are currently playing in the Turkish Super League. He'll be returning to Galatasaray after this game for the Nigerian side. And what a story that would be if he picks up the bronze medal. We've played 71 minutes of football, still very much 0-0 out there in Casablanca. Fouls committed. Nigeria have committed 13 fouls to Egypt's 11. And that's a total number of 24 fouls committed in this game in 70 minutes. We saw way more than that. We saw almost 20 fouls in the first 35 minutes of the game to Nigeria and Morocco. And no yellow card shown to the Moroccan side. Anyways, that's water under the bridge. We've moved past that now. We're currently tasked with the responsibility of picking up bronze as Igor Gu went down off a challenge from Umar Mamouche. Right call from the referee.
Right call from the referee, and also salute Igor Gu. He's been solid so far. Yes, there's probably another question. They've gone into some of the tackles or anything, but the few times he has been called upon, he's delivered.
Wonderful one, Igor Gu, making Nigerians not miss the services of Calvin Bassey, so to speak.
Not at all.
I mean, it would have been a different story if we went to the final and you had to play, Igor Gu alongside Semi Ajayi and
against
different maybe Senegalese. That's not going to be a fun thing to watch.
Not at all. But you never can tell. It just takes a game for a player to register his name, just like what we saw Bruno Yemechi. In the game he took over from Zaidi Sanusi.
The corner will come now. A good corner by Demola Lukman. Punched away by Saber, the goalkeeper. But here comes Nigeria now. Samuel Chukwueze looks to float one into the box. The ball not cleared away by the Egyptian defenders, but they've come away with it now with Ashore on that left-hand side. Here come the Egyptians now. 73 minutes on the clock. Egypt have possession. He will drop the pass now to the midfielder who hasn't seen much in this game. The man Lahin, here come the Egyptian now. Good save from Stanley Wabali. Offside. Late call from the referee, but good reaction from the goalkeeper to go down quickly and stop that ball.
Yes, good reaction from the goalkeeper. I mean, the freshest of the two goalkeepers in this game. If you cannot even bring your energy to that, I don't know what will happen next. After all, look at the yellow jersey he's wearing, no stains at all. It shows you that he's been on top all day.
Well, there was a chance for Egypt, but there was a chance out of an offside call. Egypt are looking for another substitution. Mustafa Mohamed going off for Ibrahim Adel. Like-for-like substitutions for the Egyptian side. One attacker for another. Mustafa Mohamed, the striker, hasn't done so much in this game.
Yes, he's been quiet. That's been thanks to Semi Ajayi, who has ensured that he doesn't have much to do in the game. Mustafa Mohamed always wanted to, be in front of the shine. I don't think he's had the very best of tournament when you look at his goal contributions or his assists. But he'll probably be hoping that whoever has come in Abdel can do the job and then go home all smiles.
Just to also remind you, if you're joining us for the very first time on vivxsports, please click on the subscribe button. If you love what we do, as we bring you the best when it comes to African sports here. And you can also call us up. The numbers are there flashed on your screen. +234 8136 197 658. Call us up wherever you are watching from the world, and we'll be here to pick up your calls, fill your pause, and have a smooth conversation. Nigeria, 75 minutes on the clock, still 0-0, and with the way the game is going now, Favour, you get the feeling that we're headed for another penalty shootout in an African Cup of Nations tournament.
Well, one route that Nigeria will dread the most, having lost 2 penalty shootouts, one at the playoff and one at the semi-finals of the AFCON. I think what will be in the mind of Chen is how to kill this game. Look at his options again. Is Victor Osimhen fit enough to play this game? If not, what next will he do to ensure that his side gets a goal in this particular game? He has brought in the NG room. Alex Iwobi has also brought in Lukman and Omar Lukman. Maybe Simon might just go out of this game. There's Chidera Njuke on the bench if I want to explore that option, but I don't think Osimhen will be really involved in this because it doesn't look like one. He has not been asked to go and jog. We just only see Salim Fago, Chidera Njuke, and maybe Akis Omiro. These are some of the players we've seen so far on the warm-up area.
Well, hopefully penalties will not be the case. We've not been lucky with penalties. I said that earlier in the broadcast that the last 2 penalty shootouts have all gone in favour of the side playing against Nigeria. So that would be something they are not looking forward to. But maybe because of high stakes, this is a bit, low stakes game, so to speak. So I don't think that there will be too much pressure to step up and play any penalties. I think that's my opinion, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I totally agree with you. When you look at the game, there's not much pressure. The boys are relaxed. Let's just do it the way we want to do it. This is some of the things they're returning themselves. And also, let's see if luck will smile on us. The last 2 penalties we lost were in Rabat. The one against Congo and the one against Morocco. This is Casablanca. Maybe Casablanca will bring a good luck to the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
All right, and I can tell you for free, there are over lots of places in Nigeria named Casablanca, if you may. So maybe that could be a favoring factor for the Nigerian side. Here come Nigeria now with their own chance. Ball forward, headed, but that pass there straight to the hands of the goalkeeper. Well, we have a comment here on YouTube from Sam Fei. He says the referee is killing our flow. I don't know if you agree with that favor. Is the referee clearing the flow of the Nigerian side?
Well, I don't think so. Compared to what we had against Morocco, it was quite difficult. The referee has opened this game actually. For the few calls he has made, I don't think it's a game where we would say, oh, the referee killed the flow. The Super Eagles have attacked well. They've also connected well. They forced the goalkeeper to make some saves. The game is open, and except for the obvious that the referee has called.
Except for the obvious that the referee has called in this game. It's been one of those days, free-flowing game, 76 minutes, make that 77 minutes on the clock. Nigeria 0, Egypt 0, fair play matchup going on out there in the city of Casablanca for who wins bronze in the Africa Cup of Nations 2025 in Morocco. Here come Egypt now with their own flash of attack. Omar Mamouche has possession now in the edge of the area of the Nigerian box, but Alex Iwobi will win possession back to Samuel Chukwueze. Rafael Onyedika drops it now for Chukwueze. Chukwueze switches play to Bruno Yemechi, but he would let it run for Moses Simon, who has it now in the Nigerian half of things. Iwobi going forward, finds Ademola Lookman. Alex Iwobi running into space. Lookman couldn't pick out Alex Iwobi. The referee will call that for a foul, and that's a risky thing to do there in that position.
Yeah, risky thing to do there, and well, the player is apologetic.
Very apologetic.
But that's good. And the fans are becoming bored from the no goal, and this is where we always get this chance. All we are saying.
Maybe we should do it now.
Maybe we should just say.
Nigeria, one more time.
I beg all we are saying, they will give us one goal.
We don't want penalties, please. One more goal. Well, Egypt are coming forward now. Just as we finished singing, they all we are saying, give us one goal. Here come the Egyptians now on the left-hand side. They're searching for the one. Is Ashore who has it now, looking to beat 2 Nigerian players. Does that effectively so, but they lose possession to Samuel Chukwueze, who renders an apology to the Nigerian players for losing the possession in a key area out there. As you can see the frustration from the Egyptian players. They thought that that was a great opportunity to hit on the counter. And Favor, I don't think we should sing that song again.
I wanted to say, maybe we'll be specific. All we are saying, Nigeria, give us one goal. Because
let's not shoot ourselves on the foot. Because that almost turned out into a catastrophic moment for the Nigerian side and created an opportunity for Egypt to score the first goal of this game. Or they lost possession to Samuel Chukwueze. But here they come again. Mo Salah threads the ball through now to Omar Mamouche. Running through on goal with a chance. Wonderful defensive play there from Semi Ajayi just to unsettle the man, Mamouche, who was through on goal. And yes, if Calvin Bassey is not doing a great job in this game, Semi Ajayi has taken it upon himself to do a wonderful defensive job.
Yeah, fantastic one.
He's clearly onside. Clearly onside.
Fantastic one, and I think he was, shouting and trying to tell his teammates, you should have done better. Yeah. The pass came from your wing, but it was a good push right there, 50-50 call. I mean, probably if he had done that against Morocco, I don't know what would have happened. Yeah. Spot on, and the referee saw no issues with right there with that call. But wonderfully well. And I don't think we're missing Kevin Bassey in this game.
Yeah, I don't think we're missing Kevin Bassey. And look at that. But Aqua Adams just couldn't sort out his feet. That was an opportunity. Look at the fans in the stadium.
Oh, they are actually
asking for a push. I don't think that would be given as a push.
I think it's a similar decision, or similar one of Aqua Adams and one of Samir Ajayi.
Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful sunset evening out there in the city of Casablanca. Isn't this wonderful to look at?
Oh, it's a VAR check.
Well, I don't think that. I don't think that should be given. I mean, there's no way.
We have an Algerian in VAR.
Yeah, we have an Algerian in VAR. We have also a Tunisian, in there too.
These are two teams.
These are two teams that were defeated in this tournament. But yeah, the referee has given that for player. This is another one for VAR. Yeah, this is another one.
Similar kind of.
Similar kind of. So if you're not giving. I think the one against Egypt, it looks more like a penalty. This looks more like a bar from the side than from the back. So maybe Aqua Adams' opportunity should have been checked.
Maybe it should have been checked. Yeah. I think the reason they are showing us the replay is because they are trying to tell us similar incident happened, before now.
Balancing the books,
exactly,
so to speak. Well, Nigeria still in this game. 82 minutes on the clock. It's still 0-0. And at this stage, if you concede a goal, you may just be losing the bronze medal of this tournament. Chukwueze, forward pass to Aqua Adams. Mistimes his run. Egypt will come forward. The pass there for the run of the man who had an opportunity to go forward there for Egypt. Omar Mamouche has lost possession. Here comes Nigeria now. Chukwueze, forward pass. Finds the run of Moses Simon, captain for Nigeria. Deep cross. It will go only as far as the goalkeeper. And go for Egypt. And we get the feeling that maybe these teams are looking at penalties now.
I think so. And once again, we might see a penalty shootout that we see the brilliance of the goalkeepers and hoping that the players do their job. For Stanley Wabale and Sobe, I don't think Sobe is also bad with what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Or maybe they could do a last-minute change for El Shanawi. If
that's another one.
If for just maybe a minute before the end of the game, I was still at 0-0. Well, here come Egypt now, looking for spaces in and around the Nigerian defense. Good ball into the box by Mo Salah, but headed away by Rafael Onyedika. Here come Nigeria now with their own chance. It's Samuel Chukwueze, drops it for Moses Simon. Moses Simon back to Chukwueze, now to the left-hand side, to Alex Iwobi. Nigeria looking for a way to score the first goal in this game. Aqua Adams at the edge of the area, spreads it now to the right-hand side, to Dele Bashiru. Looks to beat his marker, unsuccessful. Here come Egypt now, looking to counter on that left-hand side. Forward pass now, searching for Omar Mamouche. Nicely done again by Semi Ajayi, and I think that Semi Ajayi is putting in a good shift for the Nigerian defense in this game.
Semi Ajayi, one man who has been with the Super Eagles for a long time. Yes, he might not be as fast as what we're expecting to be, but when it comes to one-on-one challenge, he's very good, rock solid. Always knows how to take the ball off the defender without even conceding a foul or a yellow card. And so far so good, he has isolated the attackers of Egypt from the likes of Omar Mamouche, Mustafa Mohamed. These are guys who you would think would give the defense so much problem, and Igbo has had little or nothing to do with the general in the defense or the second star. You have 2-star general, 3-star general. Yeah. So Calvin Bassey is 5-star. I think for Semi Ajayi, you would say maybe a 2-star, 3-star general.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. 85 minutes on the clock, and isn't that a beautiful picture to look at in Casablanca, where the Stade Mohammed V is located. Just looking at that again on replay. A strong challenge there from Sobi, but he stood his ground. That's Aqua Adams. Spread the play to the right-hand side to Dele Bashiru, who tried to beat his marker, but he was unsuccessful as Egypt had an opportunity to hit on the counter. As we'll count down to the latter stages of this game. Hossein Hassan, he hasn't had a rest in this game. The Egyptian coach has just been dishing out instructions, screaming on the touchline. Nothing has worked yet for Egypt because the game is still 0-0. Nigeria have possession now with Alex Iwobi. Finds Chukwueze. Forward pass, searching for the run of Moses Simon, but the defender there comes across to clear the line for the Egyptian side. So Nigeria will win a corner on the left-hand side.
That was a good one from Bravia. He saw that pass and he saw that Moses Simon was going to the pass, and immediately he stopped that from going on goal. A wonderful one for him.
Here come Nigeria now with a chance. And Ademola Lookman goes into the box. This is a big chance for Nigeria. Oh, that ball there cleared away by Sobi. And that would have been the moment to put the ball in the back of the net. Chukwueze receives the throw-in from Alex Iwobi. Now to Bruno Imechi's cross into the box, headed away by Egypt. Omar Mamouche spreads the play now to Ashaw on the left-hand side. It's 3 against 2. Here come Egypt with their own chance now to hit Nigeria on the break, but Igor Obu does a wonderful job and brings down the player Ashaw and concedes a free kick. And will be receiving a yellow card to Oh, this is unbelievable. The referee has just shown Igor Obu a yellow card for a slight touch on Ashaw.
How? I don't know what. Maybe it will take a referee to explain this to me, because I don't know how these referees have kept.
Well, maybe the referee is looking at it as a counter-attacking opportunity that Igor Obu stopped. Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
That's the reason why. Is because Ashaw was looking to go through on goal, and Igor Obu had to stop him in his tracks. Well, if it's one thing that Nigeria wouldn't like, is having to concede a free kick in the latter stages of a football game against a North African team. It happened against Algeria in 2019 when Riyad Mahrez scored that wonderful goal to give the Algerians the lead. Now is Mo Salah, the Egyptian king they call it, standing over this one. 88 minutes on the clock. Egypt with an opportunity for maybe the first goal of this game. With Salah, Sobi, and Omar Mamouche standing over this one. Ashaw is also in there. You get a feeling that Egypt are planning something tricky from this opportunity. Hossam Hassan looks on. Mo Salah checks the post. Egypt with an opportunity to maybe, just maybe, get the lead in this game. And this looks rather worrying. Salah hits the wall. Great block from the Nigerian defense. Salah complaining to the referee that the ball struck the arm of one of the Nigerian players. The referee says play on. Alex Iwobi has it now for Nigeria. Here they come now on that right-hand side. Forward pass from Dele Bashiru, searching for the run of Akko Adams. He wouldn't get there first before Sobi, who plays the ball back to goalkeeper Saber, who also sends it back to Sobi. And you just get the feeling Favour were in for a frenetic end to this game.
Yes, we're in for that. And when you look at how both sides are trying to push for the last, action to get something out of this game. I mean, less than 2 minutes before regular, for extra time or added minutes, and you begin to ask yourself, I mean, is it what next for the coaches? I mean, will they now start looking for who will take the penalties for them? Because if it ends like this, it means that penalties will decide this game. But I think we still have some moments in this game. When you look at the minutes and the fact that both sides are now going end to end with attacks.
Well, it's beginning to turn into an end-to-end kind of match in the latter stages of this one. But here come Nigeria now with their own chance. Chukwueze, center circle, sends it now to Ademola Lookman on the right-hand side to Iwobi. Here come Nigeria now, just raising the ante of the game, maybe for one last chance to score in this game. Ademola Lookman, one too many touches, looking to beat his marker. Well, he does beat his marker, but referee allowing play to continue. I think the referee should have stopped the play there, but here come Akko Adams now. Nigeria with their own chance. Ashaw will bring it forward now. And you can hear the increase in my voice. That tells you that this game is becoming something amazing out there in Casablanca. But
it's so interesting when you look at Sani Wabale, who's getting to the center circle. He wants to get involved in the game because, of course, the tension and the pressure, both sides trying to get possession of the ball, and the referee allowing the game to flow. I think it's really interesting.
Chukwueze now coming forward for Nigeria. Has lost possession for the opted time in that midfield. Omar Mamouche has it now in the center circle, drops it for Ashaw. Now Lahid has it. Here they come now. Omar Mamouche, nicely done, but look at that for defensive duties there from Semi Ajayi. What a player for Nigeria he has been in this game. We'll have an additional 4 minutes of football to be played before the end of this one. Moses Simon on the left-hand side, one-on-one now with the man, Hani. Moses Simon takes Hani on, beats him for pace. Drops the pass now for Bruno Yemechi. Miscommunication there. A heavy pass. Here comes Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. Forward pass, but Stanley Nwabali comes out to clear. Oh, this game is becoming interesting in the final minutes of this one. 4 minutes are there. Look at that again. He struck the arm of Alex Iwobi, but the arm was to the body, so that would be given as a penalty any day or anywhere. So Mo Salah should know better.
Well, Mo Salah should know better, but he wants to try his luck. He has seen, officiating go in favour of some of the teams in this AFCON, so he's hoping that maybe he could just get his own happen. That's why he called for it and protested that he thinks his team should have gotten a penalty in that particular game. And
well, it feels like we're going to penalties, and in order not to give the man deja vu, it's best you take him off. Chukwueze taken off for Chidera Ejuke for Nigeria. So what that means is if we get to penalties, Chukwueze won't be playing any for Nigeria. Well, that looks like good news, if you ask me. Because I mean, if he steps up to take another one and misses, they probably locate to which country? Yeah, I don't know now. Maybe to Morocco, because it's not going to be fun for him. But yeah, played 2 minutes of the 4 added. Looking at that again on replay. That's questionable if you ask me, because the arm was outside the body. That some referee would have gone to VAR to check that, but referee Jair from Morocco has decided to play on and has deemed that one good enough and not penalty worthy. Chidozie Awazim coming on maybe for penalties?
I think there's probably an injury change.
Yeah,
Semedo is down. He probably may not be able to continue, but he's done a good job so far. He's been able to marshal the defense, and Chidozie Awazim, one of the longest semi-defender we have at the moment on the national team. He was in Egypt in 2019, and fast forward to 2026, he's still playing for Nigeria. He's played in different positions. The central defense, the right back, he's also played there. Stanley Nwabali, I don't know if he came in contact with him when he post.
No idea.
It was on the water bottle, but he's surprisingly down.
Well, there you have it. Sami Ajayi will be taken off, rightly so, for Awazim. Nigeria's longest serving player as we speak, alongside Moses Simon.
Moses Simon.
Wilfred
Ndidi. Alex
Iwobi, yeah. Guys who have been around for a while now. They all were part of the 2018 World Cup squad for the Nigerian side. Even though many of these players were young at the time. So, just 1 minute left of football to be played. You get the feeling that it would be best for these teams to pass the ball around rather than try and be adventurous, because if you concede now, it's kissing the bronze medal goodbye.
Kissing the bronze medal goodbye, and you forever remember the moment and be asking yourself what you should have done better, to have prevented that kind of moment. Last minute goal is something any player would want to, or any goalkeeper would want to avoid, and I think Nigeria will just have to be cautious.
Well, that's taking one for the team, rightly so. Rafael Onyedika bringing down.
He's on a yellow.
He's on a yellow card. The referee was lenient in that situation, just to confirm that one. Rafael Onyedika. Okay, that's been shown a yellow card, so there you have it. We've played the 4 minutes of 4 minutes added because of that injury time. Oh, there's a Nigerian player down on the ground, but the referee says play, and here come Egypt, searching for what could be their last array of attack here on the left-hand side. They have it now. Ashore collects the pass, looking for the run of Omar Mamouche. Now Salah, the Liverpool player, sends one into the box, cleared away by Chidozie Awazim, the new boy for the Nigerian side. You can send in your calls and your WhatsApp messages. We'll be here to take them. We're going to penalties as he stands. Hello? All right, please do want to call us back. We'll be here wonderfully waiting to take your calls. Just received the call right now, but shy caller, if you may, you dropped it just when I picked it up. So the numbers are flashed there on your screen. Please do want to call us up. We're heading to penalties for this matchup. We've played 5 minutes and 4 was added for obvious reasons. So we'll have our first caller of the day. Hello, good evening. All right, another shy caller. Please do want to call us back right here as we are entering the latter stages of this game. Nigeria playing against Egypt in the third place matchup. The Africa Cup of Nations bronze medalist matchup here in Casablanca. The pass now will come to the right hand side. Hani has it now for Egypt, looking to beat Moses Simon, but goes all the way back to Saber, the new boy. Nigeria now will be looking to defend for the final minutes. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Huh?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, this is 54 Football X YouTube live stream. You're live. Talk to me.
Why can't you
All right, I apologize. We cannot give you live pictures for right reasons, all right? We cannot give you live pictures. We're here to give you commentaries. We'll follow the game and we'll paint it picture by picture for you. So you're just, you enjoy the game by listening to what we have to say. This is a watch along, all right? Not a live, not live from the stadium direct, okay? We're not here to do that because we don't have rights to show you the game live, all right? That's why we can't do that. Well, let's also let you know that, let's let you know that the game will be going straight to penalties. And yes, for the second time in the Africa Cup of Nations in this tournament, we get to see the Nigerian side go play a penalty in this one. So we go on a short timeout, just a minute. And when we come back, it's the penalties for the third place matchup between Nigeria and Egypt.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and 30th of December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!
And yes, it's time for penalties. This is what is going to decide who wins bronze medal in the African Cup of Nations. Please, can Eric Shaw select 5 players who can shoot and score? Not guys who will just walk up and try to pass the ball to the back of the net.
I think they already they've seen the backlash from Nigerians who they don't like how Saba Chukwueze went with that penalty. And I think I like what I'm seeing. Before the penalty shootout, the players gathered themselves, psyched themselves up. And you could see Victor Osimhen, being at the center of it, or telling them, I don't know what he was saying, but I want to believe he's saying, whatever it is, take the pressure off you. Just do what you know how to do best, and whatever happens, we take it as a team, as a collective, by thinking that this will be different. But not to say also that we also pray, looking forward to the goalkeepers. I mean, Stanley Wabali has to be on top of his game. I know Sobe will also want to be on top of his game. For Mohamed Salah, it probably will be easy for any goalkeeper to know his kind of penalties. And Stanley Wabali might just also come up again. I just hope that the players turn up.
All right, pressure time. It's time for penalties here. And yes, The 5 players selected are already chosen by the manager, and that's Eric Shell. And we'll be getting to see 5 Nigerian players. We may not need 5 if we see the Egyptian lose at least 2 penalties before we get to number 4. So, but we have to select 5 to take the first 5 penalties for the Nigerian side, and hopefully they would step up to the plate and do an amazing job of converting when called upon. So Stanley Nwabali will be the goalkeeper for Nigeria for this one, and yes, they've not gone to substitute El Shanawi, so Egypt are trusting in the young man Sabir to do a wonderful job in this one.
Yes, that's a big fit in him, and he has done well so far. Yes, he conceded twice, but he was ruled out for a foul and also for an offside, but it's shown that he can also, you know, be the next man that will take over from El Shanawi. This is his moment, and also for Stanley Nwabali too. This might just also be, you know, to tell Nigerians that he's still the man to man the goalpost for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But in all, both teams have done well getting to this stage.
All right, a fantastic one. Nigerian fans are in the stadium. They've seen one penalty heartbreak. It was a huge one, knocking them out of the tournament for this third place matchup. And this time around, it is for the bronze medal honors out here. Mo Salah looking to have a word with some of the Nigerian players. You can see them just having a conversation here, smiling and chuckling, and that really has been the situation out there. It's been a friendly feeling about the game so far. I don't think that we saw players or the Nigerian players doing going at the Nigerian players and the Egyptian players going at each other. We've not seen that happen. We've seen them, just keep their cool, play the game in a friendly mode and also have fun while they do that.
Yes, because I think there's no much at stake. The trophy is not at stake here, and these guys know that whatever it is, the bronze medal. For the players who took silver the last time around, they'll feel, well, it's bronze, let's just go and play our game. And that's why you saw from the lineup some of the key players you expect to start in a much more, not to say this is not competitive, but in a game that has to do with the final or a semi-final. You'd have probably seen a Mamouche starting, Victor Osimhen trying to start despite his knocks here and there, and other players like Ademola Lookman. But from the lineup you saw that it's just the coaches telling the players, go and have fun, enjoy yourself. Yes, we want to win the bronze, but we want you guys to understand that it's about you enjoying yourself on the field of play. And I think that's what the players took in mind when they went in, apart from the second half or so.
All right, we're pressed for time, and this looks good for some of the Egyptian players on the bench, catching their smiley faces. And these smiles could turn into tears of agony at the end of the final kick. Maybe not for so many, because this is a bronze medal game.
I wanted to say
Egypt will be the ones on the receiving end, and Dele Bashiru will be the first taker for Nigeria. He converted his penalty against Morocco. It was a finely taken penalty, and it was well taken. And wonderful one for the Nigerian side. Bashiru will step up for the first penalty for Nigeria. Will this end up in the back of the net, or will this be saved by the goalkeeper for the Egyptian side? Dele Bashiru against the young goalkeeper for Egypt. He steps up for Nigeria. He misses! Dele Bashiru has missed the first official penalty in the third place matchup against Egypt. And that was a poor penalty. He showed the goalkeeper where he was going to put it, and the goalkeeper did a wonderful job of stopping that. So Egypt now have the advantage to go one up, and it's none other than Mo Salah against Nwabali.
I think that's how a captain should do it. I don't know why in this part of the world captains are always kind of shy to attack the penalty first. Well, Simon, go first and show that you're the captain. Well, in all, Nwabali has to do something in this game.
Nwabali has to now step up to maybe, just maybe, save one for Nigeria. It's Mo Salah against Stanley Nwabali, the Chippa United goalkeeper, standing in front of the Liverpool player. Salah makes the run, steps up. Salah, he misses! Wonderful save from Stanley Nwabali. What a save there from the Nigerian goalkeeper. And if it's something I know, the goalkeeper, he tries his best, he steps up, and look at that for his save. Wonderfully done, Stanley Nwabali. It's 0-0.
Stanley Nwabali just raised his value. I mean, this guy can take this penalty save for Salah from cheaper to an Orlando Pirate.
Fantastic one. And Akwa Adams will be the next penalty taker for Nigeria. The tensions are high in the Casablanca Stadium. Nigeria looking for their bronze medal. Dele Bashiru took the first one, he missed. Now Akwa Adams will take the second one for Nigeria. We've seen 2 missed penalties. The first takers have done a bad job. And here come Akwa Adams. This could be goal number 1 for Nigeria. Akwa Adams stares down the ball, stares down the goalpost, sizes up the goalkeeper, steps up, wonderful goal! Akwa Adams scores the first goal for Nigeria, and Nigeria have taken the lead in the penalty shootout. Wonderful penalty.
Wonderful penalty. I mean, the goalkeeper thought the next player that would come would take it to the other side, but he maintained that same spot which Dele Bashiru went. And once again, Akwa Adams has lifted the spirit of the Super Eagles players heading on to the penalties we're about to see.
All right, Omar Mamouche, Premier League player, Manchester City boy, steps up for the second one. One Premier League player has missed already, Mo Salah.
Mo Salah.
Maybe the second Premier League player would follow suit in that missing trend. Or Stanley Nwabali feeling like Emiliano Martinez for Argentina. He steps up again, this time against Omar Mamouche. Oh! Stanley Nwabali saves again for Nigeria. Oh, what a wonderful save! He's a wonderful goalkeeper. Omar Mamouche went down the middle. Stanley Nwabali straining leg. Stops the ball. And look at that. Wonderful save. It's Egypt who have missed their first 2 penalties. And 2 Premier League players, one from Liverpool, one from Manchester City.
And the Manchester City loss continues after today against Manchester United, but that was a good save for Nwabali. The penalty went straight to the middle and he stretched his leg, and that was one of the things that happened in the Moroccan penalty, which of course, I'm trying to remember the goalkeeper now, he tried his best to also save Bruno Yemechi's penalty, same similar kind of way, and that was something Stanley Nwabali has adopted. It means that he has probably learned from what happened in the last game.
Now we go to the third one. This is Nigeria's chance to take a 2-0 lead and the advantage into the third penalty. Captain Moses Simon, not the best of penalty takers, but he steps up, looking to make it an advantage for Nigeria. Oh! Wonderful penalty! Wonderful take from the captain, and he just placed the ball into the bottom left corner. No chance for the goalkeeper, and Nigeria have a 2-0 lead in the penalty shootout. Wonderful one, Favour.
Wonderful one, great technique. He waited for the goalkeeper to move a bit before he picked his spot, and that's one of the techniques. Yes, people say penalties is 50-50, but there's a technique to penalties, and I think that Moses Simon has observed that goalkeeper and he decided to maintain that same spot. Hopefully, it also pays off with another Nwabali save.
Well, if Nwabali goes 3 for 3, I might be going nuts in this studio because when was the last time you saw a Nigerian goalkeeper in a penalty shootout save 1, save 2, and save 3? It's the man, the defender, Sabia, standing against Nwabali, who is confident. He has saved 2. Here come the Egyptians for maybe their first goal. Nicely done. This time he sends the ball into the back of the net. So Egypt now have 1 into the net after Mo Salah and Omar Mamouche missed. But this was a well-taken penalty from Egypt.
Well-taken penalty from Rabia, the defender. Sold Nwabali. Nwabali went the opposite direction. Once again, this might just, probably raise the hope of the Egyptians who will be looking at, having missed 2 penalties of Salah and Omar Mamouche. And let's see what happens next.
Well, let's see what happens next now. Nigeria have a chance from Alex Iwobi, the man who has been so good in this tournament. And for many Nigerians out there, they will be hoping and praying that Alex Iwobi converts.
The goalkeeper is trying to talk to Alex Iwobi for the penalty. I know you, I know where you're going to play the ball, but let's see how it goes.
Well, this is what should happen. Alex Iwobi, the sign of the cross, he steps up to make it for Nigeria. Wonderful goal! With a cheeky smile on his face, Alex Iwobi, yeah, he slots the ball just right on the other side, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and that's a disrespectful penalty. Looking at the goalkeeper and saying, "You don't reach, you don't reach, my brother."
And I think the goalkeeper started. He pointed at
was
him,
pointing at Alex Iwobi, trying to, and
Iwobi said, "Don't be today.
Don't be today.
Ask them for Fulham. Ask them for Arsenal."
Wonderful, wonderful one. Well, if Egypt don't convert, Nigeria would win the bronze medal. But if they score, then Nigeria would have to take their 5th penalty to make sure that they confirm things for the bronze medal of this tournament. Well, this time is Sabur, the new boy who came on. Nwabali steps up, the penalty comes, he scores. So now Nigeria have to convert their final penalty to win the bronze medal for AFCON 2025. Good penalty again.
Yeah, good penalty. Roofed the ball in the net. No chance for Nwabali to get to that. Yes, he went to the right way, but he could not, almost actually. But that's to show you the technique of the way he took it. There was power in the shot. There was also accuracy, and there was no hope for him.
Ademola Bobo. Ademola Lookman is prized with the chance of giving Nigeria their bronze medal for AFCON 2025. Look at that, the goalkeeper, I don't know, trying to unsettle the Nigerian players, but that's not going to work. I mean, if you look at what the Nigerian, that's the boy I was talking about.
He's been doing that for the past few minutes, trying to complain. He complained about Nwabali coming off his line. He has also complained again. I mean, he should understand that it's a game. The game is the game.
All right. Ademola Lookman stands over the penalty, the 5th for Nigeria. A chance to give Nigeria bronze medal. Lookman! Ademola Lookman has given Nigeria bronze in AFCON 2025. Wonderful penalty. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Ball into the roof of the net. No chance for the Egyptians. And Nigeria can sing and dance and laugh and enjoy into the night in Casablanca as bronze medal comes back home to Nigeria. We've never lost a bronze medal match. And once again this time, we've won against Egypt 4-3 rather on penalties. And Egypt have been knocked out. They will be ranked number 4 now in Africa as Nigeria has picked up bronze out there in Casablanca. It is finished with Stanley Nwabali, the saviour for Nigeria, with 2 penalty saves. One from Omar Mamouche, a Manchester City player. The other from Mo Salah, a Liverpool player. And today is Nigeria's day to enjoy, dance and enjoy the moment. It is finished out there in favour of the Nigerian side in penalties. 4-3, Nigeria 4, Egypt 3 on penalties. The game finished 0-0 on extra time. And favour, this is a wonderful moment for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Alex, wonderful moment for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. This is something they will look back and say, we didn't go home empty handed. Started the tournament looking forward to go to the finals, but it didn't happen. But we saw how they were able to bounce back from each of the defeats, took penalty shootout against Morocco, didn't put their morale down, they went again, and once again we've seen how they have been able to do it, from Stanley Nwabali making those crucial saves against 2 high quality players when it comes to football, to other players converting their chances and also showing that they can also score. I mean, this is wonderful. 9 bronze medal. I mean, Nigeria has the highest of bronze in the AFCON history, and they've never lost an AFCON game, just like we also said. This is something good, and they will say, we're back. This is what we have to do. Golden bronze in the bag.
All right, golden bronze in the bag. And yes, whenever we play a bronze medal game in AFCON, we always win. Nigeria won on penalties 4-2, and they've done a wonderful, wonderful job out there in the city of Casablanca to make sure that they put 1 medal in the necks of the Nigerian players. But Favour, you've been a wonderful sport. You've covered this game alongside me. We've had fun on this one, and it's time to wrap up and it's time to go. What a wonderful experience.
What a wonderful experience. When Rabat proves difficult, go straight to Casablanca.
Fantastic. So you heard it from Favour. When Rabat, they had you. Go Casablanca. No time. So Nigeria have won the game on penalties. Stanley Nwabali, the hero for the Nigerian side, saving 2 penalties from 2 Premier League players, who you would expect to convert, but the goalkeeper did a wonderful, wonderful job. Thank you so much, everyone who joined us on our YouTube live stream on vivxsports this wonderful day, as Nigeria have been confirmed bronze medalist for AFCON 2025. Till we'll see you again in the finals. For now, it's goodbye.
Morocco, 52 matches, 24 nations, 9 stadiums, 6 cities, 1 continent, 1 title, 1 goal. The undisputed champion of Africa. Wake up, Africa!
2025 African Cup of Nations is here, and it's time to yalla. What is your favorite animal? The Super Eagles, the Carthage Eagles, the Teranga Lions, the Chipolopolos, the Foxes, or the Squirrels?
Or are you for the Bafana, the Pharaohs, the Indomitable Lions, the Stallions, the Zebras, the Leopards, or the defending champions, the Elephants in the room?
Well, whatever you are, it's time to rep your nation, make the loudest noise, and dirty your December with the best of football that the African continent has got to offer. No go carry last though.
Who will be crowned champions? The Ivory Coast defending their title, runners-up in the Super Eagles, or Morocco hosting to win it? There's only one place to be, one continent to focus on, and one sport to stick with.
Are you ready for this? Rabat, Casablanca, Marrakech, Fes, Tangier, and Agadir. 6 cities all ready for this continental fiesta. Do not be left out.
It's time for Africa. It's time for business. It's time for the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Get ready to yalla!